But I appreciate you. Thank you very, very much, Spencer. Good job. Rack that call. For the ones who get it done, Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry, backed by 24/7 support, free access to product specialists, and experienced staff at over 250 local branches. Call, click, Grainger.com, or stop on by. Everybody have an amazing weekend. Thanks for listening. Thanks for playing along. See you Monday. We're out.
What's the most important factor for determining a coin's value?
Rarity.
And now, the COVID-19 pandemic has resulted in the creation of a modern rarity.
When the West Point Mint was shut down due to health concerns, 240,000 emergency production 2020 American Eagle silver dollars were minted in Philadelphia for 13 days only.
And that makes these coins with the P-Mint attribution the second rarest coin in the entire American Eagle bullion coin series.
Less than 1,500 of these extraordinary silver dollar coins remain. Hurry, call government.com at 1-800-937-4409.
To learn more about these emergency production American Eagle silver dollar coins, call 1-800-937-4409.
Call now and you'll receive a free American Coin Collector's Bonus Package, a $10 value, free with every order. Call 1-800-937-4409 now to secure your Philadelphia Mint American Eagle silver dollar coins before they sell out. That's 1-800-937-4409.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom Brown from Brown & Wood Buick GMC Truck. We've been serving the Pirate Nation in Eastern North Carolina for 83 years. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 showrooms, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
This month at Brown & Wood, get a GMC Terrain. Take $6,000 off or $3,500 plus 0% for 72 months. As always, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty for all make and models.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center, or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
Wait up. Papa John's has a new stuffed crust. Oh, we did it. All our tweets, DMs, and carrier pigeons worked. This ain't just stuffed crust. This is Papa John's crust. Stuffed.
Hey Pirate fans, order the new Epic Stuffed Crust One-Topping Pizza for only $12. The new Epic Stuffed Crust Pizza is the MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, the official pizza of the ECU Pirates.
If you are push mowing your yard using an inefficient lawn tractor, or your current zero-turn spends more time in the shop than mowing your grass, it's time you look at a Hustler zero-turn lawnmower. Residential mowers from Hustler are built like tanks and drive like sports cars. All Hustler mowers have fabricated, welded steel decks. Don't settle on cheap units with flimsy stamped decks from big box stores. Come see Ron Ayers Motorsports. It will guide you to the right mower for your property and your budget. Find us at Ron Ayers Motorsports, Highway 11, north of the airport in Greenville.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Sam Jones, and we're open and here to serve you with some of the best whole hog barbecue, chicken, turkey, ribs, and homemade sides every day for lunch and dinner. There are 3 easy ways to enjoy Sam Jones barbecue. Swing by our drive-thru window or try one of our 2 curbside takeout options by calling in your order at 689-6997 or ordering online at samjonesbbq.com. We love Eastern North Carolina, and we invite you to come by and enjoy some great tasting Sam Jones barbecue today.
BMS Builders is your premier custom builder in Eastern North Carolina. With Blackwood and Mills Creek in Greenville, Dalton's Cove in Farmville, and Belmar and Ayden, these are just a few of the developments featuring BMS Builders homes. They can build the home of your dreams. Just ask Dr. Dennis Ross in Greenville or East Carolina football coach Mike Houston. They built their homes, and they can build yours as well. BMS Builders. Give them a call at 916-1578 for BMS Builders.
Your future is yours to create, and with the leadership development of Army ROTC, you're capable of taking command of it. Even in the midst of a pandemic, enrolling in Army ROTC prepares you to thrive as a full-time college student. Our specialized elective courses will equip you with the skills necessary to succeed in life, all while earning money for education. A strong future takes a strong force. Find out how to lead at goarmy.com/ECU. To learn more, contact Dale Anderson at 252-622-5346 or Anderson DAL at ECU.edu.
University PC Care has been the Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. Unfortunately, many organizations today simply react to IT issues after the damage is done. This is known as the break-fix cycle in the tech service industry. University PC Care's Business Services Division has a better way, a proactive solution called BizCare. What's at your office? Call William at University PC Care today to schedule your free BizCare consultation or learn more at universitypccare.com.
I'm Michael Vaughn with East Coast Grading and Utilities. Many of you know my dad, David Vaughn, and his work in putting in subdivisions all over Pirate Nation. But East Coast Grading and Utilities is not just for those type of big jobs. We're here for the homeowners. Whether it's concrete, driveways, hauling rock, or sand, whatever you need, East Coast Grading and Utilities can get the job done. Call us at 252-531-7494 or check us out on Facebook at East Coast Grading and Utilities.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. The following is an exclusive presentation of Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
You can paint this one purple!
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Hello. Welcome into Pirate Radio Live on a Friday. There's a teaser for a guest coming up later on in hour number 1. Hello. Breaking format a little bit on a Friday. But don't fear, NFL and Panthers fans. Tony Dunn, CarolinaCatChronicles.com will be by my side coming up later on this hour on a Friday. You'll hear it all on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. 1250, 930 online, PR927FM.com. And you can find us on Facebook Live and YouTube Live. Subscribe to Pirate Radio TV. Watch this show, The Brian Bailey Show, our post-game Zooms. All the videos we pop up on Pirate Radio TV, including a video coming up soon involving softball Shirley. Sometimes Shirley goes into softball mode. You'll be able to watch that one soon coming up on YouTube and Facebook. And you can watch today's program on those platforms. All right, coming up at 3:15, Corey Glor will say hello.
The 1-0.
Chandler's been working on his Corey Glor the last 30 minutes or so. How's it going in there, Chandler?
It's going pretty good, Clip, but let's save our conversation for 3:15.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Corey. Corey Glor coming up at 3:15. He'll be on call this weekend as ECU takes on Appalachian State. And we will get, a recap of Wednesday's wild one against Old Dominion and get you set for the weekend. Talk some Pirate baseball with Corey Glor coming up at around 3:15. At around 3:35, Tony Dunn, CarolinaCatChronicles.com will join us. We got some Panthers news to get to. Also want to talk about the epidemic of recycling quarterbacks. I saw today that Panthers fans were talking about a former Washington quarterback that was just released and how that would be an upgrade. And at the same time, I saw a tweet that said Teddy Bridgewater could make sense in Washington. One man's trash is another man's treasure. And the NFL coaches and players, specifically quarterbacks, are just all recyclable materials. And you throw them in the recycle bin, another team picks them out and starts them, and away we go. So we'll discuss that. Also, a potential another I guess more evidence of the Buffalo Panthers, the Carolina Bills, perhaps in the mix. So we got some football topics to talk about with Tony Dunn and Chandler Honeycutt. We'll get you up to date on what's going on at the Arnold Palmer Invitational, as we will talk to Greeny Mark Greenhalgh from the Golf Shop Radio Show. We'll get an update on Harold Varner III throughout this program as well. He'll join us around 4:35. Brian North will join us to talk about what's going on here locally and beyond in the sports world at 5 o'clock. And we have an ECU basketball recap from last night in Minges Coliseum. Pirates failed to UCF, but speaking for me personally, able to be there, That was a lot of fun. I forgot how much I enjoyed live basketball, and the crowd got loud a couple of times. Tremont Robinson-White had a breakaway, and instead of laying it in, decided to throw it down with two hands, and that got the crowd excited. And it was just fun to hear Minji's a little bit loud for a moment last night. Pirates lose the game, just got down too big too early, and clawed back and could not get over the hump. We'll hear from Joe Dooley, Jaden Gardner, and Tristan Newton coming up later on in Hour 3, recapping last night's game in Minji's as the Pirates fell to UCF. That is what's on tap for today's program.
You've been able to use your booming voice for baseball. You were able to get back behind the mic for basketball last night. Not only was it your first time back behind the mic for basketball in a little over a year, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
You actually had a little bit of atmosphere there last night, so
Mm-hmm.
I know that had to be pretty exciting for you. So those three balls had to
3-point basket.
Yeah, so I mean, to have the crowd back last night was pretty fun.
And I'm in full fanboy mode when I'm doing the basketball games.
Yeah.
I get excited. I want the Pirates to win. I'm kind of animated. They got me in a little COVID protector box now in the penalty box.
Yeah.
So I can rattle my cage and beat on the glass a little bit.
Now you know how Morgan Ehlers feels.
Yeah. It's kind of a lonely place in that plastic box. But
there's a box in the press box at Clark LeClaire, right?
Yes, they got me boxed in everywhere.
Wow.
So I'm
got a cage of the beast.
Yeah, despite of my rage, I'm still just a rat in a cage, as Billy Corgan of Smashing Pumpkins once said. Man, that was a lot of fun last night. Pirates will be back in action on the hardwood coming up on Sunday. And then it's on to mini madness for the ECU men's and women's basketball teams as the AAC tournament's coming up next week. All right, we've heard from Chandler. We've heard from Corey, and Corey, we'll talk to you more in just a moment.
Yes.
And
yes,
we'll hear from Shirley. Was that Marv Albert that just came in?
Yeah.
Yes. 100 counts. So we've got Corey here that we'll talk to in a minute.
I'm waiting in the lobby.
And Marv Albert is alongside as well.
Yes.
Whoa. Marv kind of went up octave on that one.
Yes. I sound like Kermit.
Wait, now Kermit.
Yeah. Is Kermit?
Hey, Kermit.
Is Kermit in the studio today?
Why, yes, he is.
We are packed. Full house today on a Friday.
I'm terrible at impressions. I'm sorry. I'm not that good.
The unintentional Marv Albert was awesome when you first came in.
I was trying to do Corey Glor. It came out Marv Albert.
All right, Shirley Rhodes, what's going on at the SRND?
Okay. The Shirley Rhodes News Desk. It took me a minute.
Yes.
Well, we've got a lot of high school football coming up tonight. Now, no D.H. Conley tonight because their game has been postponed due to COVID protocols. But area high schools in action tonight. It'll be North Pitt hosting Perquimans at 6 o'clock. South Central will be on the road at Eastern Wayne for a 6 o'clock kickoff. Farmville Central will host Green Central, the natural rivalry there.
Shout out to your Farmville Central folks, Shirley. Scott Gardner, I guess, gets some credit for this. I don't know who gets full credit, but they showed a picture of the field on social media earlier today.
Oh, yeah, it looked great.
Looks beautiful. He's got the stripes with like the dark green and light green. Looks great out there.
It does. It looks really, really good. They're going to kick off tonight at 6. CB Aycock is on the road at Southern Wayne for a 6:30 contest. Kinston will host South Lenoir at 6:30. Aiden Griffin will be on the road at West Craven at 6:30, and then a couple of 7 o'clock kickoffs. Havelock will be at Wallace Rose Hill. That's the 7 o'clock kickoff. And then the Pampack of Washington will be on the road at North Lenoir. That kickoff is also scheduled for 7 o'clock. So that is your high school football scheduled. So, and of course, high school basketball, Farmville Central's girls and boys will be participating in the 2A state championship games. That is tomorrow afternoon. The girls will play first at 1 o'clock at Pleasant Grove High School, which is in Climax, North Carolina, in Randolph County. They will face off against Shelby, which is another undefeated team. And there was a stat I saw yesterday.
Are you considering it? Or
No.
just are you not considering it?
Stat. to consider.
I don't need to consider it. I know it to be a stat, but hold on.
Should I consider it?
To consider.
Yes, I think you should consider
All right,
it.
I'll consider it.
How about Farmville Central has their average as far as allowing teams to score points. Your average is they are undefeated, obviously, but they win ball games when they can hold their opponents to anywhere around 20 points, roughly, and Shelby does the same thing. So
wait, so you're saying that the teams allow around that?
No, I think I've got that wrong. But and I'll look that up in a second. Hold on, I'm looking.
Stat you may not want to consider.
Stat that is wrong. Yeah, I was going to say stat that Shirley may have gotten completely wrong. Let me pull it up here because I was just looking at it. Okay, here we go.
Here we go.
All right. Farmville Central scored 80 points or more 5 times this season and held 4 teams under 20 points. Shelby, which is the team that Farmville Central is playing, the girls,
I need a whiteboard back here.
scored 80-plus points 4 times and have held 5 teams under 20 points. So this is a pretty even matchup as far as the two girls teams are concerned.
They have both been beating foes down. I talked to some Farmville Central folks Wednesday night at AJ's at Trivia, and the margin of victory for Farmville Central girls has been outrageous this year.
Yeah,
but it looks like they're meeting somebody that is similar to them.
Yes, and I have another stat to consider momentarily.
All right,
this stat to consider.
It's going to go better than the last one.
Yes, it will, because I actually have it in front of me now.
All right.
Okay, so the girls play at 1 o'clock. The boys will play Hendersonville, also undefeated, at roughly about 3:30. They're supposed to start 30 minutes after the conclusion of the girls' game.
Troy, tip-off times are not a stat.
Yes, that was not my stat to
Okay,
consider.
all right, just
I
making
was just moving forward. Okay, now, the boys.
The boys.
Wait a minute.
Oh, no, here we go.
It's not the boys, though. Let me back up. Let me back up.
That is not right.
Hold on.
The boys are not boys.
Beep, beep. I need to back the trolley train up just a hair.
All right.
This stat is correct. It's for the women, not the boys.
Okay. I'm really confused.
Because you were just talking. Okay, because you were just talking about how the margin of victory
for the girls, yeah.
For the girls, they won 4 playoff games by an average of 31.5 points per game, and have outscored opponents 88-33 in the first quarter.
Yeesh.
So those are some sick numbers. The boys do play at 3:30 roughly, and they will play Hendersonville. Those teams are undefeated. All 4 teams are undefeated. So that should be some good matchups coming up tomorrow afternoon. Now, moving on to other things of interest. Sports-related, ECU softball is currently in action. They are at Longwood, and as at last check, they were in the second inning, no score as of yet. ECU baseball gets underway at 4 o'clock, so we'll have updates for you throughout the day for that, or throughout the show. Moving forward to college basketball, NC State basketball they were scheduled to play Virginia Tech this weekend. That game got canceled because of COVID issues. They tried to find a replacement opponent, and they were unable to do so, so they will not play at all this weekend.
On that note, teams are still doing that if they can't get a conference game in. For example, I saw Cincinnati, who's ECU's next opponent on Sunday, played Vanderbilt this midweek. So if it's still happening, these pop-up schedules, which I like, but these are like the last opportunities to get in a regular season game because all the conference tournaments will have gotten underway next week.
That's right. And what really sucks is that the seniors for NC State will not have their traditional senior day because of the fact that the cancellation took place, because now they have to move on to tournament play. So,
although technically they still could be seniors next year, but not everybody's going
to come back. So, so that's part of that. All right, moving on to the NFL. Of course, it was widely known today, Alex Smith was released by the Washington football team after being named the comeback player of the year last year. So there's that.
Good luck to Alex. He is eligible to try out for the co-ed dance team.
Oh.
So.
Hold on. There you go. Also, Greg Olson will be joining Thomas Davis and signing a one-day contract with the Panthers on March 11th. before officially retiring.
Stat to consider, Chandler. I saw it yesterday. What's the? Oh, are you crying?
Stat to consider.
Chandler's crying.
Oh, God.
Right now.
Your dad is coming back.
I thought that when Greg Olson left the team, it meant my daddy won't coming back home.
Daddy, where are you?
Cool stat. Cool, neat stat, some would say.
Cool, neat stat.
Regarding
cool, neat story.
Greg Olson and Thomas Davis, Chandler.
Yes.
What is it?
The first time that Greg Olson was that he fumbled the football, this is, of course, was I want to say his rookie year with the Chicago Bears. That fumble was forced by Thomas Davis.
How about that? And then all those years later, they retired.
How about a story?
How about a story, as Chandler would say, about
and now they're retiring together.
There you go.
That's pretty good. And one NBA note, just because I found this interesting, Blake Griffin has agreed to a contract buyout with the Detroit Pistons and will become an unrestricted free agent. So there's that. I mean, not that I really care.
He's not any good, Chandler.
I mean, Blake Griffin is terrible.
You want him on the Hornets?
Why not?
Yeah, why not? If you can get him cheap and not have to give up anything,
right?
That'd be all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hornets looking pretty good heading into the second half of the season. By the way, Dame time, back-to-back nights. Damian Lillard burying threes at the end of games. It's my favorite thing going.
Let me just give
credit.
NBA. Let me just give credit to the Charlotte Hornets right quick, because in years past they had a 6-game stretch where they were out on the West Coast, and they finished 500 on that road trip. So I really do think that's big, especially heading into the All-Star break. I feel like a year or two ago, this team probably would have gone maybe, I don't know, 1-5.
Maybe, yeah, at that.
So they're doing really well. They're getting wins where they need them. The other night against the Timberwolves, I was really worried that we would end, that road trip on a bad note, but they actually took care of business against a very terrible team. And in fact, I think the Timberwolves are probably the worst team in the NBA. So Hornets are getting it done. Hopefully they can continue that in the second half.
It is.
Also, breaking news.
Yeah, I was just going to say this too. During the break, we have something for you to go do. Right, Shirley?
That is correct.
Yeah.
Episode 3 of This is Pirate Radio, featuring Chandler getting sexually assaulted by Softball Shirley. It is now up on our social media. So you may go to whichever social media that you follow us on.
YouTube, Facebook. Instagram.
Yeah.
Twitter.
Easy. Let's take
Twitter.
Let's take a time out. We will come back. Was that all the news? I'm sorry, Shirley.
Yes, that's all the news from the train wreck. That was my news day.
That was an interesting one. We had a question on that was phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
We had a question on Facebook Live by Robert. Robert says, "Who is more monotone, Igo or Glor?"
Ooh.
I mean, it's got to be Igo.
It's got to be Igo, because there is a little bit of a cadence change with Glor.
And when Corey, which Igo does go on his soapbox and his rants, he'll change his inflection, but he's pretty cut and dry. Corey, during games and big moments, will
strikeouts.
Will sound different.
Hey, struck him out.
Or if it's
gone.
It's a long drive ball.
We gotta get
and it's
Corey
out of here.
We gotta get Corey to start saying long drive ball in honor of Shirley Rhodes.
That's what we need to do. Ball. We got to get him to do an audio drop for us.
Corey, we'll talk to you in just a moment, okay?
Thanks, Clip. I've been waiting patiently in the lobby.
I feel like it's gotten worse.
Yeah, I know.
You were doing better earlier. All right, and check out our new edition of This is Pirate Radio. Available. Is that what it's called? Yeah.
Yeah.
On
Episode
our
3
social media sites with Softball Shirley. So check that out. All right, we'll take a time out. Come back. Corey Glor. Hello.
Hello.
Joins us right after this. Hello.
Hello.
On Jersey Mike's Day of Giving, we're giving all our sales to charities. Order a sub on Wednesday, March 31st to support a great cause and get free delivery with our app. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above. If you can make a difference, you should. At Jersey Mike's, it's this simple philosophy that spurs us to celebrate our month of giving. This March, enjoy a sub and donate to a great local cause. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
This is Dr. Phil Perdue with Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. My colleagues and I recognize how difficult this time is for everyone in our community. We continue to see patients during the week while taking precautions to keep everyone safe. Our extended care clinic is now open on Saturdays and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., so you can avoid the emergency department for your urgent orthopedic care. For more information, please contact us at 757-2663 or visit our website at orthoeast.com.
Hey Pirate Nation, Big Ed Watkins here. As a former ECU football player, America's Gas Man, 3-time NASCAR champion, and 3-time Daytona 500 champion, I know what it takes to win. I also know what it takes to make folks happy on the water. When I'm not at the track, I'm making deals at the hottest boat dealership in North Carolina. If you're in the market for a boat, shop us online now at edwatkinsmarine.com. We will deliver anywhere. And if you buy a boat from me, Pirate Nation, I will personally deliver it. I love Eastern North Carolina, and we are ready to deal with lots of inventory on hand. We are your one-stop shop for sales and service. Get on the water now with the help of Ed Watkins Marine, and go Pirates!
It's bow time. There's something special about the first bite of a Bojangles Cajun Filet biscuit, like an edible alarm clock that slaps you awake with bold Cajun flavor. The moment you sink your teeth into that soft, fluffy, made-from-scratch biscuit, then strike gold with a juicy piece of fried chicken, you'll know. Nothing beats the first bite, except the second first bite. Get a Cajun Filet biscuit combo for just $4.99. It's bow time.
East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Vaughn. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities.
Chico's Mexican Restaurant is the home of the best margaritas. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Tuesday for the Gulp of Mexico, a huge 46-ounce lime margarita for only $6.99. On Thursdays, relax and enjoy half-price pitchers of Chico's house margaritas. Choose from lime, strawberry, blood orange, raspberry, or peach.
For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's in downtown Greenhalgh, and now available through DoorDash, featuring a half-gallon of the famous margarita mix to go for only $9.99. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
Here today with Redbox, also known as Jay Klingensmith to his friends and family. Why F3?
I started at F3. I just wanted to get some fellowship back out there, start exercising, and just have fun in the mornings. Gives you something to look forward to. It always starts your day off great.
One letter, one number, F3. Fitness, fellowship, and faith. All workouts are free of charge and open to all men. Leave no man behind, but leave no man where you find him. Learn more today at f3enc.com.
This is Coach Donnie Kirkpatrick, Offense Coordinator for ECU Football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. North Carolina state parks are now open for visitors, and parks should be used for exercise, fresh air, getting out in nature, or a day trip. Visitors should enjoy themselves, but please remember to focus on moving through the park, keep social distancing in mind, and avoid large groups. While most facilities and activities will be open, please contact any state park with questions or visit online at ncparks.gov/open. And Clip, as we head back in, a quick ECU softball update. It is the bottom of the second inning, and ECU is up 1-0, but they do have the bases loaded and one out.
All right, we got a lot to keep up with here on a Free Beer Friday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Coming up in Hour 3, we will make you a winner of our prize pack. And man, we got a doozy for you. How about a case of Natural Light can be yours? Also, a large 2-topping pizza to Domino's. The Natural Light shirt that Chandler's rocking today. and some other gear as well. It's an 18-pack of Natural Light in the vintage bottles, so kind of an old school feel. I like the old school koozies we have in here as well that can also be yours as part of this. So make sure you are tuning in hour 3 of today's show, and you can be a big winner. Free Beer Friday brought to you by Natural Light, raised in the Carolinas since 1977. The vintage cans and bottles are back and here to stay. Pick up some Natural Light at your favorite retailer. Natural Light, proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. We'll make you a winner coming up later on in today's show. Got Tony Dunn coming up in just a little bit. Right now, we'll head out to the Fixed NC Live line, talk to the play-by-play voice for ECU baseball, who'll be on the call this weekend as the Pirates take on Appalachian State. Corey Glor joins us now. Corey, how you doing?
I am stupendous, and I hope you are as well.
I am. Feeling great. Great weather. A lot of sports. Pirate baseball. Getting back at it. I think Corey just wrapping up his post-game from Wednesday night after an all-nighter against Old Dominion. And Corey, let's recap that one before we look ahead. A little bit of everything, including a ton of Pirate pitchers pitching in that game. Cliff Godwin took the blame for the lack of offensive execution and a lot of strikeouts by the batters. You had also some clutch performers with Connor Norby there in the late innings, giving ECU a lead. Again, a little bit of everything. How do you kind of encapsulate what happened on Wednesday?
I believe we're going to the bottom of the 83rd from that game. I mean, it was... I think the fact that they were in position to win that game a couple of times, and even in the 12th, is a good sign in a game in which certainly offensively they were the second of the two on that field. I mean, there was really only one inning in those 12 where it really felt like Pirate offense baseball, and that was the 7th. You could even make the case that the 12th had a little bit of that as well, when the team started feeling a little bit looser because they were down 3 and they were just kind of swinging away. But the 7th was really the only time throughout the course of that night where it felt like they were controlling things in the bottom half of the innings. And so that's where Cliff kind of turned it on himself as the hitting coach, where he just felt as though his team wasn't prepared. Tommy Gertner is a guy who barely hits 90 with the fastball and comes at you from the left. And so that flummoxed them. That really threw them off a little bit. And they're going to see a couple of left-handers to open up this series with App. So it's going to be an interesting, I think, start to this game today for this Pirate lineup to see how they come out against a guy that's similar in mold to what they saw Wednesday. But they just left too many opportunities out there and too many strikeouts in big moments, 11 left on, runners wiped out of the base pass too many times. There was 3 caught in some capacity. So it wasn't the crisp Pirate offense that I think Cliff Godwin's been looking for really from the start this year.
Corey Glor joining us. Corey, I'll bring this up. It's a long season. I don't think there's anything wrong with Bryson Worrell, and he'll get things figured out. But right now, hitting 158 on the year, yet to leave the yard. And look, you are around the coaches. You're around Coach O, Gary Overton. So has there been any chatter? Again, I mean, we're 8 games into this thing, long season, but any talk about what Bryson is not doing right now that we think he probably will be doing as the season moves forward?
Yeah, I don't know if there's a ton of chatter going on around the coaching staff about Bryson. The struggles are evident. And I think it kind of boils down to this, Cliff. He had such a terrific shortened 2020. And now there is consistent film on him, and a book is out on him. And pitchers so far this year are not giving him fastballs. And so when Bryson's able to get a handle on off-speed pitches, there were a lot of changeups thrown his way on Wednesday. And when he's able to get some contact off of that, then he'll start settling in. You hope that at this point, we're 8 games into the year, that it's not in his head at this point, because he's way too talented to be held down for this long. I think part of, the shifting of the lineup around that we saw this past weekend was predicated with the Hoover injury, but also, giving Bryson a little bit of a chance to breathe a little bit, not in the leadoff spot, dropping him down to 2. And we'll see if that gets shifted around here this weekend if the struggles continue. But he's too dang good to be at this level offensively. And I anticipate that'll get switched around. And he and Cliff and Jeff Palumbo will be certainly trying to work on it, but also not trying to give him too much to think about, because sometimes you just need to go up there and hit the baseball. And that's what the goal is for him now.
On the flip side, Corey, Connor Norby's shortened 2020 season has just rolled right over into 2021, and what he has been able to do, hitting the baseball, 457 average, hit the big bomb on Wednesday. He's got 2 on the year now, and his role, I guess, even more important now at the top of the lineup with Lane Hoover out of the lineup for a little while.
Yeah, I mean, I think he was the natural choice to slide up into the leadoff spot if they were going to move Bryson down. You and I talked about this kind of before the season about setting up the lineup, and we were in agreement that Norby should be somewhere in that mix. And now with Hoover's injury, with Bryson's struggles, he's the obvious candidate to lead things off. And what a spark he's been here in 2 games, even with the loss on Wednesday. It just, you know that by and large, he's going to make contact, whether or not he gets on base or whether or not it's an out. You know he's going to hit the ball. It's rare that he's going to strike out. And whether he's starting off an inning, there's a good chance he's going to get his way on, or whether he's carrying things over when the lineup card flips, you know he's likely going to be in a position where he can move some runners around or do some damage. And so he's this team's best hitter in my mind, and Francisco is going to give him a run for his money. But what Connor Norby does consistently, even when he's retired, it is hard to match. Everything he hits is hit hard. And to put him out the leadoff spot, maybe that's the jump that this lineup can use here to be more of a consistent threat.
Talking to Corey Glor on the Fixed NC Live line as he joins us. He'll be on the call this weekend, along with Dr. Gary Overton. Keith LeClaire Classic weekend with Appalachian State rolling into town. Everybody wearing the 23 jerseys, Corey. So hope you got a good spotter up there when a pitching change is made or a pinch hitter comes in, because it's going to be tough to recognize who's playing for the Pirates.
Well, if you haven't leveled up to Minji's Coliseum here for this weekend, I will be listening for your announcements, and then I'll just relay what you're saying this weekend. Can I anticipate your voice over the booming microphone at Clark LeClaire this weekend?
I'll be there Saturday and Sunday, and as long as Malcolm Gray is there and has the binoculars out and is on the job, I will make the announcement, and then you can follow my lead right behind that, Corey.
Yeah, the good the good thing is, we're 3 weeks in. I have a good handle now of what these guys look like, and I'm able to look through binoculars and kind of pinpoint how guys walk, how guys jog in, with pitchers, how they throw. And so hopefully there won't be too many flip-ups, but you can't deny just how cool those jerseys are, what they mean, and the fact that we're bringing them out for a second year in a row. I hope it becomes a regular thing, because those jerseys are something special, like in more ways than one.
Tyler Smith, Jay Kuchmaner, and Carson Wisenhunt will be the starters for ECU this weekend. Corey, let's talk about Wisenhunt. The strikeout numbers are outrageous. Ronnie and I were going over a few numbers earlier this week that are equally impressive, and that's the walks. And what I like to see, Corey, is him getting into the 7th inning there in his second start of the season last week with those 11 strikeouts. So able to get pretty deep into games, have those because sometimes you have those high strikeout numbers, Corey. You're throwing a lot of pitches and you don't quite make it to the 7th inning. So I'm fascinated to see how this kid continues to perform throughout 2021.
I think he's the storyline to start the year, not just for East Carolina, but he's certainly grabbing some attention around the country at the moment. I mean, the fact that he got into the 7th last week in Statesboro, I think, is telling, because even when a pitcher is rolling, regardless of class, regardless of how many starts that they have under the belt, it's rare that Pirate pitchers go into the 7th in a start. Yeah. Usually they're lifted in the 6th or even the 5th because the bullpen's been so good. Carson was, I don't know if he was asked to go into the 7th or he essentially demanded that he go out for the 7th, but he now has that ability. He shoot away Cliff Godwin and Zach Womack, the trainer, last week in the 7th, when it looked like he tweaked a little bit of something on his right side, he said, "I'm fine, go away." He's got that level of confidence now, and this team is fostering it and letting him be that confident. I think part of why he was able to go that deep, a small part was because of just how many arms were used that weekend prior to that game, but the majority of why he got into the 7 was that he was absolutely dealing. I mean, there was not a pitcher that weekend that was able to slice and dice that Southern lineup like he was. And that fastball was still sitting at 95 when he was firing his 95th pitch of the day last week. There's a level to him that is rare for a freshman, whether he's a first year or a second year. And, the sky is, the sky's almost underneath what he could do by this point if he keeps this up.
And if Gavin Williams wasn't injured to start the year, we may not have seen him in those weekend roles. Might have been a midweek guy for ECU, but with Gavin out, he gets his opportunity. He has made the most of it. Now let's talk about Gavin. Corey, you able to watch him throw some live pitches, and he was slinging it up there, as he does. 3 strikeouts in his inning of work last week. What was it like to watch Gavin live for the first time in 2021? And what role will we see him in this weekend at home?
It was great to see him out there. The stuff is similar to what we've seen from Carson here to start the year, but there's a quiet level of confidence that Garrett brings, or that Gavin brings, I should say, to the table. So slightly different demeanors, but the first pitch he threw last Sunday was at 98. Then you kind of thought, all right, he's really amped up for this. But then he sat at 98 for that entire inning. And you say, okay, not only he's not just amped up, like he's ready. He's ready to go. And he threw all but one fastball in that outing. It was just one breaking ball, and it flipped off his fingers. And so he was just going with the fastball the rest of the way. The team is better when he is pitching. There's no question about it, and you're going to see him out of the bullpen at some point this weekend, whether it's tonight or tomorrow. I think that's kind of what the team is looking at, depending on how things go over the first 2 games of the series. And the same with Spivey. With his injury, you'll probably see him an inning or 2 in the bullpen to start off this series. But there's no question that if Gavin is good to go and getting stretched out, then he'll be a starter. I mean, there will be a spot that gets moved around here. It depends on how he continues to progress. And from what I saw last Sunday, he's in a good spot here off the jump.
Corey Glor joining us. Corey, you do a great job of multitasking during ECU Pirate baseball games. You interact with the fans on social media. You not only paint the picture of what's going on the field, but also surrounding the ballpark. So I think you, more than some announcers, might kind of realize how big of a difference is when you have fans in there. So what was that like on Wednesday, and will that be even amped up a little bit more, you think, this weekend with more fans allowed at Clark LeClaire Stadium? Did you notice a big difference there?
I could hear the environment a little bit more Wednesday, and it helped that the game was, for the bulk of it, a really fun, interesting game. It got off the rails a bit in the end, but on both sides of the equation. But and there were only 200 plus there Wednesday night, so to have some noise going was great. The previous weekend in Statesboro, that was one of the more raucous crowds I've heard in my time doing this, and there were only 800 a game in that one. There was something about that I think got this team ready to go to get fans back into this building. And now today will be the first chance for that. It's going to be around 1,200, I think, is the number for this weekend per game. And to get that back is hopefully the lift that the Pirates maybe are seeking here after the first 8 games of the year. Despite a 6-2 start, they know they can play better. And doing it in front of 1,200 friendly faces could be the lift that they need. They could be a little bit nervous for doing it for the first time in a year. But I think just to have that group, to have some noise in there, to have the safety dance going, to have chants going, to have all that going with people in there and doing it wisely and doing it safely, that's only going to help the team.
Corey Glor joining us on the Fixed NC Live line. Will be on the call for ECU and Appalachian State this weekend. Corey, real quick, you mentioned some lefties the Pirates will face this week. App State, if you look at just their totals on the year, have been putting up some runs. They're a formidable foe coming to Clark LeClaire Stadium this weekend. What, if anything, stands out to you about the Mountaineers?
Yeah, it's been the offense so far for the Mountaineers, and you can make the case that, well, they've done it against a couple of teams that you don't quite anticipate making a ton of noise this year, most recently A&T last weekend, but you could also have said the same thing about Old Dominion, and they came in and they got a win on Wednesday. So they have, you're going to get tired of me saying this, Clip, I know, but there's not an underclassman in the regular starting lineup. I mean, that is just an old group that comes in 1 through 9. So they are going to get aboard. They're going to cause some havoc. It's more of a, when they get on, they'll try and run on you. So it's going to be a lineup that will be slightly overlooked, I think, by folks coming into this weekend. But these bats have the capability of making some noise in the Sun Belt this year. The conference is really good, and so that will probably hamper them a little bit. But they have a lineup that will cause some problems this weekend.
Corey Glor does a fantastic job on the call as he takes suggestions for phrases to say during the game. Sometimes it's seamless, and I don't notice. Sometimes when you say things like the only thing the Pirates have to fear is fear itself, I can realize that you were told to say that because it didn't go very seamlessly. But I enjoy those, Corey. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, I enjoy it too, and I know that the person who feeds them to me enjoys feeding them to me on a game-by-game basis.
Is it still Spencer Brickhouse, by the way?
It is still Spencer Brickhouse. I got
awesome.
a text from him this morning with a line for tonight. He is ready to go.
That is fantastic.
Good old number 42 is part of the broadcast every Tuesday.
Corey, thanks for joining us, man. Have a great call this weekend. I'll see you out at the ballpark on Saturday. Corey will be there Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And have a fantastic weekend, Corey Glor.
Thank you for the time, Clip. Make good choices, and I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, there is Corey Glor. Was that directed at me or just a general speaking, make good choices? I think everybody can abide by that. All right, Tony Dunn is here. We'll take a time out. When we return, we will talk about what's going on in the NFL and the recyclable quarterbacks. Just today alone, I've seen a tweet about how Teddy Bridgewater could make sense in Washington and how a Panthers fan said Alex Smith would be a nice upgrade from Teddy Bridgewater. Everybody wants everybody else's quarterback. It's a weird thing. Let's get a timeout in. We'll come back and have more for you on Pirate Radio Live on a Friday. Back with you. Wait, are we wrapping up? No. Oh, okay. I was ready to go home, too. It's a nice day. Ready to crack one of these natural lights.
Sorry, I had the closey bed pulled up for something else.
Wow!
Sorry.
When you hear the wow, it's time to go.
Turn the lights off and go home.
Instead, we'll stick around another 2 hours and 20 minutes and also make you a winner with our Free Beer Friday giveaway in hour 3. Back with more after this.
Ow!
Introducing Tommy Club, the best car wash value anywhere. Starting at just $19.99 a month, you can wash your car as often as you like, and also take advantage of our express lanes exclusively for Tommy Club members. You can enjoy a gentle belt conveyor ride to a spot-free shine faster and as often as you like when you're a member of Tommy Club. Plus, our vacuums and mat washers are always free. We're Tommy's Express.
Tommy's Express Wash, now open on the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road in Greenville.
Here with Mike Mullis from Fixed NC. And Mike, you were telling me the other day, people ask you all the time, I didn't know you did that. What does that mean?
Anything that involves property damage repair, call us first. If it's your crawl space, you've got interior humidity issues, a water loss, your ice maker line breaks, obviously fire and smoke, everybody knows we do those. But anything that involves interior or exterior property damage, we're your repair experts.
Mike, how can everybody get in touch with you?
252-999-0001 or fixednc.com.
The best place for delicious food and great prices is Familia. Familia has something for everyone, like New York-style pizza, lasagna, chicken, veal, or eggplant parmesan, homemade meatballs,
plus a variety of seafood selections and favorites like the steak burger and southern pork chop. If you need food to go, Familia's drive-thru window is open and ready for all takeout orders. Familia, Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College, and FamiliaNC.com.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is proud ECU graduate and former baseball player Brandon Manning inviting you to join my team at Farm Bureau Insurance. Right now is a good time to review your coverage with a local trusted agent like me. I will make myself available before or after business hours, and my clients always have my cell phone number if they need anything. From home, auto, or life, give me a call today and let's talk about your insurance coverage and about the Pirates. Call 531-1812 and go Pirates!
Warren's Hot Dog Pizza, homemade lemonade.
Hey Pirate Nation, Warren's Hot Dogs 2 locations are open for business in Greenville and Chocowinity. Both locations have drive-through windows, so stop by today for hot dogs, pizzas, subs, apple and peach turnovers, homemade lemonade, and breakfast in Chocowinity, featuring homemade cheese, ham, and chicken biscuits, plus sausage dogs and more. Warren's in Greenville across from Ron Ayers Motorsports and in Chocowinity next to the fire department. Warren's Hot Dogs. Want some? Get some.
University PC Care has been the Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. Your office deserves a proactive tech support approach instead of always reacting to issues after the damage is done. You need BizCare. BizCare tech support and cybersecurity plans keep you ahead of potential issues and much safer from cyber threats like ransomware. What's at your office? Call William today to schedule your free BizCare consultation or learn more at universitypccare.com.
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with CopyPro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
For years, Callie Ann Phelps has been singing about Phelps Chevrolet.
Phelps Chevrolet is the one for you. Low, low prices, service too. See the big dealer right away. Carolina's finest, Phelps Chevrolet.
And you'll agree with what Skylar Phelps has to say.
Nobody beats Phelps Chevrolet's prices. Nobody.
The name you can depend on. Phelps Chevrolet.
Get you one.
Find new roads with Chevrolet. Then come find yours at Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville.
Hey everybody, this is David Glenn, and you're listening to my favorite station in Eastern North Carolina, Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. For the latest breaking news, interesting stories, and awesome contests that can make you a winner, be sure to follow Pirate Radio on our social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at PR927FM. Join the close to 50,000 followers today at PR927FM. And Clip, as we head back into the show, here is a little bit of breaking news. ECU men's basketball just tweeted out that Athletics Director John Gilbert announced today that the men's basketball regular season finale against Cincinnati on Sunday will be open to the first 400 fans.
Okay.
And a quick softball update. They are heading into, I believe it's the 5th inning. Nope. I thought it was a little further than that. Bottom of the 3rd. Longwood, East Carolina tied at 2.
There you go. We've got home baseball and basketball coming up on Sunday, so pick your choice there, which one you would like to attend. Hopefully you can get in there and support the Pirates. Regular season finale for ECU basketball coming up on Sunday. We got wall-to-wall basketball going on now until basically the end of college basketball season, so it's awesome. Earlier today, my Bonnies were victorious, 75-59 over Duquesne. They advance in the A10 tournament. Liberty just beat Stetson 77-64 in the Atlantic Sun tournament. So games going on all day long, and it's got me in a good mood.
Well, I'm glad you're in a good mood. I'm also in a good mood because freshman Logan Estes just hit a home run. ECU's taking the lead 3-2.
Yard work. All right, well done. Tony Dunn is here. Tony, hope you're in a good mood.
Oh, yeah. Today has been a great day. No smog, and Mama cooked the breakfast with no hog.
Very good. Glad to hear that.
Wow.
Well done, sir.
That we've had you can tell how old we are. I had a Smashing Pumpkins reference from the early to mid 90s earlier. Tony goes
I got.
Tony goes with Ice Cube there. So, Chandler, are you getting any of these references?
Nope.
I was going to say I'm so G, it's pathetic, but
what would that be reference?
That's another Ice Cube. I think that's the Lethal Injection.
Okay. All right, there you go. Tony, let's see. Anything going on in the NFL world? I'm all college basketball right now. All I know is every one man's trash is another man's treasure in the NFL. It can be said with coaches. It can be said with players. It can especially be said with quarterbacks. Washington football team officially have released Alex Smith. I saw a Panthers fan on Twitter say he would be an upgrade over, and I believe he called him small hands, Teddy. Does Teddy have small hands?
Yeah, he does.
Because knowing
that's why he wears the gloves.
Knowing other things about Teddy, that's a little surprising to me.
It is, isn't it?
So you got that, and then I saw a Redbeard, of course, the notorious troll, tagged me on a tweet that said Teddy Bridgewater could make a lot of sense for Washington. So we see this every time a quarterback is released or on the trade block that, 2 months ago you could have said, well, this guy stinks. And now you look around at what's in your QB room and say, man, he could be an upgrade over what we got right now. I just found it funny that my team and your team were involved in that just today alone.
We have a treasure for you, Clip. I promise you that.
It's like, how would you sell Teddy Bridgewater? What are his positive traits?
High completion percentage, low turnovers, and
wait a minute,
low excitement.
I meant before this past season, because didn't he bring the turnovers with him this year?
A little bit, but not as much. It's still positive. I think he had 11 picks and 14 or 15 touchdowns, so he still has a positive number there.
Honestly, I would probably say look at the receiver production for the Panthers.
Yeah.
Well, your receivers had good years, right?
3 1,000-yard receivers.
I would say he has 2 feet, 2 hands, 2 arms, 2 legs.
So he's like symmetrical as far as the anatomy goes.
Yeah. So he's all yours if you want him.
His legs are a little bit better than Alex Smith's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Both have had devastating killer leg injuries.
Good point.
Just one has, Alex Smith's leg was dead.
You don't want Alex Smith, do you?
No.
Okay.
I don't want Teddy Bridgewater either.
You've made that perfectly clear.
We either want to settle up and get right or just stick tight.
Buy that t-shirt. Settle up, get right, or stick tight. The C3 podcast every Tuesday night. Hey, that rhymed too. Didn't even mean to do that. That's where we are with the QBs right now. Is it looking more and more like the Panthers are going to go the draft route for their next QB?
Yeah, I think, that's what we're hoping for. And right now, I think that's the only thing they have the firepower and eligibility for. There is some news that broke today, or not news, kind of news, is that Panthers are expected to franchise tag Taylor Moton. And still, both sides are working to achieve a long-term deal. Very important for the Carolina Panthers, I think, to get this deal done. I don't know why they do this, like the tag and give us more time. Just go ahead and pay the guy and get it over with. But we are waiting patiently for Taylor Moton, 26-year-old right tackle, Pro Bowler, or at least very, very good. We need that on this offensive line.
I saw another tweet today. Panthers got a win today, Tony. I saw the Trey Turner trade
worked out.
So you traded Turner for Russell Okung.
Yes.
And you got a pick in that deal too, correct?
Yeah, I think so. I think it might have been like a 5th or something like that.
But bottom line, it looks like Turner is going to be moving on from the Chargers.
Yeah, and this was a win from the beginning for the Carolina Panthers as they were trying to shed some cap room, open up some cap space last year. They were able to do that, and it was really kind of a wash last year, but you got a left tackle, but you then only were in a deal to the end of the year. And that's why the Chargers are trying to ship him out right now, because they're in that final year of his contract where it's ballooning, and they're trying to get some value for him without just cutting him.
Also, man, did y'all see this? Longtime veteran Sherman retired today.
Richard Sherman?
No, Anthony Sherman. Gotcha.
Dang.
10-year Chiefs fullback Anthony Sherman retired. I got what I wanted.
He will be missed.
He will. Fullbacks, dying breed in the National Football League. We got to take a break here shortly. Another Panthers note I saw. The Buffalo Panthers, Carolina Bills, however you want to say it, could be another connection coming, is you guys released, who was a pretty good punter, right?
Yeah, he was excellent. Michael
Pilardi. And he could be going north to Buffalo.
Shocking.
Where all Panthers go out to pasture.
Go to make the playoffs now.
Pretty much, to better themselves.
They're not put out to pasture, they're put into contention.
Yeah.
Now, there's the other news, I guess, for the Panthers this weekend. I don't think it happened by last Friday. Is that the San Francisco 49ers called up inquiring about Teddy Bridgewater in a trade, and the price was too steep. The Panthers were asking for a bag of Doritos, and they said that is too much.
They said we want the spicy nacho, and we were offering them the Cool Ranch.
Do you know the price?
No, and we also the kind of funny part of the story is that they were trying to inquire about this trade to seek a backup for Jimmy Garoppolo, not to replace Jimmy Garoppolo, but to back Jimmy Garoppolo
Which is weird, because it seems like in San Francisco they're trying to move on from Jimmy G.
I'm still not sold he's their starter.
He's not.
Come September.
He's not. And this, I don't think, was a authentic offer or genuine. I think that the San Francisco 49ers are on a fact-finding mission to see how desperate the Carolina Panthers are to move up in the draft in case the San Francisco 49ers have to leapfrog the Panthers. That's what I think this was, is feeling it out. David Tepper, when he conducted all his interviews for the GM position, they have 15 interviews. It was crazy, and he called it an exhaustive search. Afterwards, though, he remarked one of the greatest things about having such a broad search is that they learned a lot about the intentions of other teams and how they were doing things behind the scenes. I think that's what San Francisco 49ers were trying to do here.
All this can be heard on Tony's new side podcast, where he talks about conspiracy theories with the Panthers, the P-Files.
The P-Files.
Check that out, folks. It's not what it sounds like. It's Panther Files, conspiracy theories. I like that.
That
Tony.
actually sounds terrible, by the way.
The P-Files?
Yeah,
that's probably not a good name.
Hopefully you
Why did you settle on that name?
What is it that we said? Is that since I didn't say it, it could be true?
It could be true. You have not denied that's not a real podcast. All right, let's get a break in. We'll come back hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Tony Dunn is hanging out. Chandler Honeycutt, Shirley Rhodes. A lot more to go when we return after this.
In studio today with Tony Edwards from AG Home Solutions. Tony, tell us about your business.
So the name of our company is named after me, Anthony Gene Edwards, and that's where we get most of the questions from. Where did AGs come from? We are a fully licensed commercial and residential remodeling company, and we're based out of Washington. We have a showroom with a design center. I have a second general contractor that works in my office with us. Her name is Kathy Herring, and we'll be glad to come out and take a look at any properties you want to renovate, remodel, or additions you may want to do.
What sort of projects do you guys do for folks, and what distinguishes you from your competition?
So we do a lot of historical properties, and probably one of the biggest things that separates us is we're very innovative. We can figure out how to use small spaces to make larger spaces. Folks are more remodeling and staying at their homes instead of selling and buying new homes and bigger homes. So we can take older homes and bring them up to date with open concept.
What's the best way for people to contact you?
252-947-2526, and our website is agshomesolutions.com.
In studio today with Dr. Shondell Jones from Kinetic Physical Therapy. Dr. Jones, you guys can help people with any aches or pains.
Yep, we sure can. As it's getting warmer, we know more people are outside, wanting to be more active, and we know spring sports are in play as well. And so if you've got a knee or ankle injury, whether it's just a strain or a sprain, we've got specialists there to treat the weekend warrior and the athlete. For more information, visit us online at kptonline.com or call us at 364-2806.
There's no better time to drive away with a quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Greenville Auto World. Greenville Auto World is your authorized rough country dealer. We specialize in lift and leveling kits along with custom wheel packages. Whether you're looking for ground clearance or enhancing the appearance of your vehicle, trust our team for your off-road experience. Greenville Auto World, 3840 South Charles Boulevard across from Hardee's at Bell's Fork, or online at greenvilleautoworld.net.
UBE and PirateWear.com are proud to offer the Pirate Nation its largest inventory ever. Brand new Adidas is arriving daily, along with Under Armour, Columbia, and Russell Athletic. UBE is loaded with cargo, and new items are being added daily to PirateWear.com. Be sure to check out our children's store, The Crow's Nest, for all of your young pirates. UBE and PirateWear.com, an ECU tradition for 50 years. Go Pirates!
Introducing new Domino's Carside Delivery. Now when you carry out, you don't even need to leave your car, so you don't have to interrupt your favorite song.
It's time to drive down to the rock show.
Or interrupt your kid's favorite song.
We'll be friends just for one.
You can interrupt this, actually.
Try Domino's Carside Delivery when you carry out 3 topping pizzas for $7.99 each, and we'll carry out your order to your car contact-free. Carry out only. You must ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, and charges may vary. Excludes XL and specialty pizzas. Crust availability varies by size. Message and data rates may apply when using Domino's Carside Delivery.
Over 32 years ago, the Ronald McDonald House of Eastern North Carolina opened its doors as a place to help families stay together and close to the care they need when they have a sick child. With the addition of a second Ronald McDonald House inside the Maynard Children's Hospital, our need to serve is greater than ever as the medical community flourishes. Help us expand our mission of keeping families close as we grow to meet that need. You can show your support by making a donation to the Ronald McDonald House. Visit our website today at rmhenc.org for more information. Thank you for your support.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Sam Jones, and we're open and here to serve you with some of the best whole hog barbecue, chicken, turkey, ribs, and homemade sides every day for lunch and dinner. There are 3 easy ways to enjoy Sam Jones barbecue. Swing by our drive-thru window or try one of our 2 curbside takeout options by calling in your order at 689-6997 or ordering online at samjonesbbq.com. We love Eastern North Carolina, and we invite you to come by and enjoy some great tasting Sam Jones barbecue today.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, W224EI Greenville, WDLX Washington, and W281CH Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Have you heard the news? American Airlines is back and has resumed service to Pitt Greenville Airport. Reservations are available now at AA.com. Whether you're flying for business or for pleasure, enjoy the friendly convenience of flying from your local airport to get you where you're going and back home again safely. For your next trip, remember American Airlines is back at PGV, and you can book today at AA.com. Pitt Greenville Airport, where the Pirates fly. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
All right, you have joined us on a Free Beer Friday. Coming up in the 5 o'clock hour, we will make you a winner. We also have this contest going on Facebook, so if you can't get in and call in and win on the show in the 5 o'clock hour, you still have a chance to win on our Facebook. Must be 21 or older to win our Free Beer Friday prize pack. Brought to you by Natural Light, raised in the Carolinas since 1977. And you will win an 18-pack of the vintage bottles, Natural Light. A couple of Natural Light koozies. Chandler's rocking the T-shirt today. You'll win that. And a large 2-topping pizza from Domino's. So stick around, and that can be yours if you're a winner in Hour 3 of today's show. Tony Dunn hanging out on a Friday as we're kind of in the lean times, Tony. Now is the lean time, and then when we get into, like, I guess June is really lean. Training camps will start up in July and, preseason August, and then we're on full steam ahead. But this is one of the lean times, kind of in between. I don't know. We're not quite to draft season yet. We're about to hit, I guess, free agency.
Yeah, we're not even there yet. I think still like 15 days to that or something. Maybe the 17th.
And the league calendar turns over in 10 days or so, I believe. So we're kind of in that lean time right now. So we're grasping for news and notes. We did find out this week. By the way, I guess I should point out, Drew Brees still not retired. I like to keep people updated on that. And the latest thing we saw was him working out, I believe. Now, Tony works out. That doesn't mean you're going to return to athletics.
Well, I mean,
or are you?
I mean, if you pay me $22 million next year, I might give it a go.
You'll give it a shot. So Drew Brees, does he want to make another run at it?
He won't leave.
And it's almost like the Saints are ready to move on at this point. At least it feels that way.
He's like the guy at the party that just won't go home. And, it's like everybody is tired. The house, like everybody's left. The people that live there are trying to close it down. Drew Brees just still hanging out.
Kind of like Joe.
That's what I was going to say, but I didn't want to be
it's
like
an
that
inside
guy.
joke. But that happened to Tony not too long ago. A guy wouldn't leave his house. But speaking of old quarterbacks that will be back, Ben Roethlisberger will be back with the Pittsburgh Steelers, which is kind of funny because it seems like the Steelers have been trying to draft his replacement for 10 years.
Gosh.
And they haven't been able to do it yet.
And what's funny, too, is Big Ben always threatens to quit.
Yeah, yeah.
And now he's like threatening to stay.
Yep.
Gosh, we thought you were going to quit by now.
He will take a pay cut and T's and P's for Ben Roethlisberger, who's going to reduce his pay to $14 million.
Poor guy.
From $19 million. So it does help out the team, and it lowers the team's salary cap hit by more than $15 million. So he will be back at QB and maybe help get some pieces around him. They got a decision to make with Juju this offseason.
Yeah, and I don't think Juju's stock really went up last year.
Not at all.
If anything, he's kind of become a talk, like kind of a joke a little bit, because he's always celebrating and dancing and making these TikToks and stuff like that, and then they're losing.
Yeah, and he had a monster year when Antonio Brown was there.
Yeah.
And the thought was Brown could move on, and Juju would be a true number one. That has not been the case.
And then they had a rookie receiver, I forget his name, that really shined through last year as well.
They always have young, good receivers. They got James Washington. They have Deontay Johnson. They have the guy from Notre Dame.
I think that's who I'm thinking.
Is it Claypool?
Yes.
Or did I make that up? Yeah.
Claypool, something like that. Les Claypool. He also plays bass.
For, was he Primus?
Yes.
All right.
Well done.
Hi, kids. Do you like Primus? So I will say that for as bad as their backup quarterback drafting has been, they have hit on the receivers every year. I mean, remember, they had Emmanuel Sanders, who has played for a ton of teams now.
And who's just kind of aged like a fine wine. Is that he was kind of one of those guys I thought that was going to fall off a little bit like a Mike Wallace. And he played.
Another guy they drafted.
Yeah.
Well done.
And they've had a ton of those, and they just have replaced them each and every year. And this is going back to when they replaced Hines Ward and Plaxico, right?
Yeah.
They just have been able to cycle these guys in. And what's also been interesting about their story is that they haven't really drafted these guys high either.
No,
they're not just going after these wide receivers in the top 15 and hitting them. They're getting these guys in the back end, and they're turning out to be stars.
And one thing they can't do, at least recently, is run the football. That has been their issue, and they're not going to be any good moving forward in the postseason if they can't run the football. They're in a brutal division right now. You would like to think the Bengals with Joe Burrow are going to be on the come up. The Browns made the playoffs last year. The Ravens have a young, healthy Lamar ready to go, who won a playoff game last year. So that division is brutal.
It's time for them. We've always thought of them of having a good offensive line, but a lot of the players that I've always associated, and I can refer to their names. Iupati has moved on. So I almost feel like there's a certain mystique to certain offensive lines. Like, we just believe that Dallas's offensive line is great because they had that run and then they invested all these players, and they very well may be very good, but I think sometimes we just expect that, and I think the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to have to invest in in that offensive line, and not just to protect Big Ben, the immovable statue, but also just for the future.
The Patriots had their dynasty. Another amazing stat is Mike Tomlin has never had a losing record, even in their down years.
It's crazy.
They've been at least 8-8. So I'm wondering, post Big Ben, if they don't have their quarterback right away, what does a bad Steelers season look like? Do they tank it, or do they still? It almost seemed like, Tony, they'll always be 8-8 at worst,
and a lot of times 11-5.
Yeah. I guess Tomlin's problem, they just can't, succeed and move on in the postseason.
And right now, it's the quarterback position arguably holding him back a little bit. So is that he's, in some ways, you can see what the Steelers team is without a quarterback. You're watching it.
Yeah. All right, Panthers mock draft. Chandler, Tony, have you guys been following it all? Any names?
Yes, I hate them. I hate these mock drafts. Did you see Chris Sims come out with his quarterback list, and he just
that's a classic. If it hits, he's the man. If it doesn't, he still has So by the way, if you don't know, he has Kyle Wilson ahead, or
Zach
Wilson ahead of Trevor Lawrence.
Tony.
Yeah, I'm the new Tony. And it's one of those things where if he's right, then look, he's the man. He called it. He qualifies by saying, I still think Trevor Lawrence is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
So it's not that big of a deal. It's a no-risk, hot-take prediction.
And it is, and you have to do that in the national media to kind of differentiate yourself instead of us just having the same mock draft, the same list. Yeah. But in some ways, he's had a kind of a good track record. I think he had Mahomes real high in the past. So while some of it seems kind of meant to be clickbaitish or
you think he believes what he says?
I think, yeah. I think sometimes we just kind of just listen to what Mel Kiper has always said, and these guys are just spitting off things that they really don't know that much about. And Zach Wilson, he talked a lot about Zach Wilson's arm strength as being why he puts him up there so high, and how fast and mobile he is. So some interesting things. The other thing that I was listening to the CBS podcast Pick Six with Will Brinson, and the reason I listen to that occasionally is because Will Brinson's kind of tuned into Carolina football. I don't know what his ties back to Charlotte are, but he, on their recent mock draft, like their third rendition, they hate doing it. They're like, we got to do this every week. 5 quarterbacks in the top 8 picks.
Man. So that includes teams trading up and all that.
Well, that includes the Falcons getting going maybe after Justin Fields. Matt Ryan is at the back end of his career and back end of his deal now. They have 2 years left on it, so they might be a team that can pick the project quarterback a little bit
and wait a little while.
Yeah. And a good position for that. But you just have this is that it's Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, and then you get to Justin Fields, Trey Lance. They actually had Mac Jones ahead of Trey Lance, which was awesome.
Well,
the Eagles taking Mac Jones and Trey Lance going to the Carolina Panthers, which I'm starting to get excited about Trey Lance. I just like his tape.
I love the Eagles having Hurts and Mac Jones.
Yeah.
Let's go old Bama there.
About a month ago, I was watching NFL Live, and Tom McShay was throwing out some mock drafts. I think this was the second one that he did, and the mock draft that he had really kind of made me scratch my head. He had us trading up to the number 3 spot with Miami to get Trey Lance at 3. Can you try to explain that and his thinking with that?
Well, and before you do, that is why, going back to Chris Sims evaluating Wilson, how do you even evaluate Lance with the lack of football you've seen him play and the level he played at? Honestly, it's impossible to evaluate.
Yeah, I think it's tough, but he has you can look at, can he make the throws? That's one thing. You can look at his kind of footwork, his technique, and what they asked him to do. You can look at his build, and his, the crazy thing about it, he's only played 1 year of football in college. And in that 1 year, he didn't throw a single interception.
The numbers were
insane. And he just looks the part, so much. And I tell you one thing I really like about Trey Lance is all these quarterbacks are running out of these, spread offenses. And that's cool. The NFL is getting more and more like that, so it's not a knock on these. But a lot of snaps under center and kind of a pro-style offense at times. And so I thought that, hey, that shows diversity of this kid's talent. I think the one thing that's exciting about Trey Lance is that if you hit, he's only 20 years old right now. Imagine that if he turns out to be a great quarterback, you could have a quarterback for 20 years almost, it seems like. He's got a long, 15-year quarterback. You're trying to land a 10-year quarterback these days. That's kind of the benchmark is let's get a decade out of a guy, and it's a great success.
Yeah.
20 years old, so young, kind of reminds you of a Deshaun Watson a little bit. And very similar in that way, is mobile but big, not a Cam Newton big, but great arm, can move around, make the off-platform throws. And the thing that's so exciting about Watson is not that he's just great, it's that he's 25.
Yeah, and I feel like, I don't know what the data says, but that might be overrated a little bit. Like, let's take this guy because he's 20 instead of being 22 or 23.
Sure. But, is that, there is the other side of the coin where the Carolina Panthers drafted a 30-year-old quarterback back in the day with Chris
I would not suggest doing that.
Right?
Yeah.
And I think another example of
Brandon Weeden and Chris Winkie were done before they started.
Right. And our current backup, Will Greer, came out, and he was already 25 and needed work. So that's the thing and I think that's what's exciting about Justin Fields is that a lot of people will kind of point to some of the limitations of maybe what they asked him to do, his ability to go through his progressions fast enough. But he's a junior. It's not like he's had an additional year of play, redshirt, like all of this, is that he's shown a tremendous amount of upside with a limited amount of experience. So giving him experience, giving him opportunity, those are things that are exciting about these prospects. Mac Jones is the one that no Panther fans want, but a lot of people are raving about him, including Tua Tagovailoa, who said he is a more mobile Tom Brady. I was like, wow, that's a big compliment.
And I know that was a month ago when Todd McShay released that mock draft, but things have changed in the past month. Stocks have changed for players.
Why?
But my question...
What's happened in the last month, though?
More evaluation?
Pro days? Like virtually?
Yeah, just more talk. I think that's what it is. I think you make a good point, Clip, is really very little has changed. It's just our perceptions continue to grow, evolve, and change with the wind at times, and we just can't have the same opinion we had last week, or else this would be a boring show.
There's got to be a new flavor of the week.
But when I saw that, I was like, why would we do that much work when we can probably get Trey Lance at 8?
But that's the thing, too. This goes back to Tony's fake conspiracy podcast, The P-Files.
Mm-hmm.
How much do you believe this time of year about... I'm hearing that this team's going to trade up. So are they putting that out so another team trades up to take a guy they don't want? Like, you don't know. All the misinformation out there come draft time is crazy.
Right. This has been a big topic on our podcast, and you can go back and watch it from this past Tuesday, is that the Panthers, we've been kind of critical about how they've approached this with David Tepper and Matt Rule on their positions with Teddy Bridgewater.
They're being too honest?
Yeah, and I think that they may have, they may be learning the hard politics of NFL football at this point, is that you say, and Matt Rule was like this when he started. He was like, I really love this guy, and then next week he'd be cut. So
it happened with Cam, it happened with several guys, right?
Kiss of death.
Yeah, and so the honesty that Bridgewater's not the answer really signals to people that we can really juice you if you make a trade offer. Is that they're going to be thirsty in the draft and move up and this and that. And I would also ask is Miami's confidence, that their recent confidence they've articulated, into a smokescreen a little bit.
I know, you don't know what to believe.
Right. And you shouldn't believe any of it.
I would love to be a fly on the wall in like a war room or like a draft room, because you think about behind closed doors in NFL front offices, how much communication's going on, how much things are changing. People are constantly contacting different franchises, talking about different scenarios. So, it's easy for us to sit here and try to think about what's going to happen as fans and as sports media guys. But, like I said, I would love to be a fly on the wall in like a war room or something, just kind of hearing those conversations, hearing like what goes on in the mind of a front office guy for a NFL franchise.
We all want to believe it's like Moneyball, or not Moneyball, what, Draft Day with Kevin Costner?
Yeah.
I have the sneaky suspicion at times that these guys aren't as cool as we think they are.
Well, it's probably boring at times, but when in the case of you're talking about trading up for Lance, you not only have to think about what you need, but what other teams are going to do.
And how fast it's got to happen.
Do you really need to do this now?
Yeah.
So
a lot of pressure in there.
You're probably right. Like 20 out of 24 out of the 32 picks are probably pretty boring in the war room, and they're just like, hey, we got our guy, let's do it. But there's some stressful situations in there too.
I just wonder how tuned in some of the managers and coaches are to these players, or they just listen to the scout. Well, when you get to the 182nd pick, is like, what are we going to do? And then you look at the scouts. I mean, I wonder how intent you are on getting certain people, how attached at the hip you are, like this is our guy and we're going to pick him no matter what.
As a scout, I bet I'd get more fired up about those late rounds.
Yeah.
When you see a guy
that's where they got to make their money
that you've had like circled 2 days ago and he's still there and you get him. That's when their time to shine.
How much involvement do you think Luke Kuechly's having right now with scouting?
I don't know. But that's where they started him at, right?
He's doing gender reveals right now.
Yeah.
And then he'll get to the scouting.
It's 4 boys.
Quadruplets. What is his role?
They have great speed.
I think they made him a scout. I think that's what they did.
So I guess I think all in all, I think he's going to try to get up to where he's in like front office positions, like higher up, maybe even be like an assistant general manager one day, maybe like a John Lynch or something.
We need to get some like old scouts that aren't in that game anymore to give us the insight on what they see and what they were thinking at these times. I remember when we went to, was it Justin Hardy's pro day or was it Zay Jones pro day that we went to? Did we go to both of them? I know you did, probably.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because we had no shirt on, right? He was feeling
we had no shirts on?
Yeah, and we were waving them for Zay Jones. No, I think it might have been Justin Hardy's or Zach. Yeah. And I asked the Panthers scout, because they were running the 40 time inside, and I said, how'd he do? Or, what'd he get? He just said, I can't say, but it was pretty fast. But he was nice about it. We were trying to get a little inside tip.
But you think about how perfect of a job that is for Luke Kuechly, someone who spent more time in front of a film session than watching his own TV. He loved to
he watched
study
the Panthers
game.
TV.
Yeah, he loved to study the game. He was constantly watching film, and that's basically what a scout does. You sit there all day and you watch film. You evaluate. You kind of go over the X's and O's of somebody, and I'm sure he spends probably 13, 14 hours of his day watching film out of the 24.
What do you think his evaluation on linebackers is? Like, just he look at every linebacker, he's like, bum.
Yeah. It's kind of like Michael Jordan in his role, which he's an owner more than personnel, although I guess he is involved at personnel. How does he evaluate talent?
Bums.
They're all bums.
And that's why he drafted them.
All right, Mike, welcome into the meeting. Who do you want to draft this year? Yeah, I don't really like any of these guys.
I love that white power forward, though.
Except the guy in North Carolina. Yeah, like he likes his ACC guys. He likes his classic players.
Another one that's great at doing this is John Elway. He's like, bum, let's draft him. Osweiler.
Is he a quarterback over 6'7"? Yes, I will take it. Thank you. And
Paxton Lynch. I forgot.
He's drafted like 20 of them in the last decade. He's not doing it anymore. I think finally he's just said, all right, I can't do this.
And it's looking like Drew Lock was a bust. I mean, they're trying to move on from him.
I think he's actually pretty good.
We'll see. Elway did the thing where you get a promotion, but you fail upwards. He's no longer in personnel decisions, and he got a promotion. He got a bigger office, a nicer floor.
It's just on the other in a different building.
But you know what? It's hard. And Igo's a Broncos fan. I got some Broncos buddies, the Hager fellas, and they'll love Elway forever. But you can't deny he's been awful at selecting quarterbacks.
I tell you what, I'd be more excited about making a move for Drew Lock than I would be for Alex Smith.
Definitely, at this point.
And he's a pretty cool dude.
Would you rather have Trubisky or Lock?
Lock.
Wow, that was quick. How about you?
It's not even close.
Yeah, Lock.
Lock it in.
Hawk.
And this ass asked me if I would rather have Drew Lock or...
I want AJ Hawk.
Greg Olsen and Thomas Davis retiring as Panthers, the one-day contract deal.
Not a surprise at all.
We need to get Mully in here to talk about that. For some reason, he was poo-pooing the one-day contract stuff.
I think that's stupid.
I don't have an opinion either way. I mean, I think it's fine, but he was like, why are they doing this? Who cares?
This is stupid.
He just doesn't like the one-day contract stuff.
This is stupid.
He picks his battles, Tony. That's one of his battles, I guess. I don't know.
All right.
But that picture we always reference of all the Panthers captains, it's like
They're all gone.
Gosh,
it's like an FBI room where they have all the mob bosses and they X them out when they die.
Yeah,
like, we're Xing them all out.
Pulling the pictures off the wall.
They're all gone.
Yeah,
everybody.
Yeah,
and that photo is gone.
Fold up shop. So.
Yeah, I mean the Panthers are no longer the Panthers we knew and loved. And I showed you that video I made in 2014. It's just we are waxing nostalgic over these guys at the moment. You miss Cam.
Glory days.
It's so nice when you have some players, and maybe we've just been very fortunate as Panther fans, but there was this moment where there was like so many good players to latch onto and really believe in. Like you buy all these dudes' jersey. Now I'm like looking at them like, really gotta pick my battles here.
So Mully's a Packers fan. He has had Favre and Rodgers the last literally 30 years, just about. And Chandler, we were talking about it with him as a younger fan. You really started week in, week out watching football year one of Cam, right?
Yeah.
You've had one era of QB, basically.
I remember watching in 2010 Matt Moore leading the Carolina Panthers to a 2-14 season, and I was not emotionally invested yet. Now, you fast forward to 1 year to 2011, we draft Cam. Ron Rivera comes from the Chargers. I'm all in emotionally.
That was Jimmy Clausen, wasn't it?
Jimmy. Well, I want to say Jimmy got hurt.
I felt like Matt Moore was with the Dolphins by then. Let's see.
But anyway, so I got emotionally invested in 2011, and I sat there and watched Cam Newton as our quarterback for so long. So I knew, and the only other quarterback that I remember seeing other than Cam Newton going through those years was Derek Anderson. Did y'all find it?
It depends on how you want to look at it. Clausen played in 13 games, Matt Moore in 6. So
I guess the games that I watched, Matt Moore was because I didn't watch the whole season. But
and also a guy we brought up at trivia the other night who Tony somehow remembered, Brian St. Pierre got a start.
Tony Pike was another tall quarterback back in the day. He was like 6'5".
Tony Pike from? I believe he was a Cincinnati guy.
Yep, that's right.
Yep, Cincinnati.
But yeah, I remember Derek Anderson coming in. Cam Newton obviously got into that scary car crash.
That reminds me.
Oh, trick question. What? Derek Anderson does not have the requisite yards. Did he for trivia?
Oh, trivia the other night. Chandler. How would you describe Derek Anderson? You love Derek Anderson. Great backup.
Yeah.
Good guy.
Very dependable. I know Tony.
And he literally said somebody that all Panthers fans liked. I said, wait a minute. I know one guy that doesn't like him, and Derek Anderson does not like him back, and that's Tony Dunn.
We got beefs.
Well, Tony, what's your beef? Derek Anderson.
Why did Derek Anderson block you on Twitter?
Because I wrote a story for our website that was like, because he got a speeding ticket and he went on Twitter and had a rant and he called him a BA cop. That was an abbreviation.
Two bad words.
Yeah. And then he blocked me because I highlighted his tweet and made fun of it.
All right.
So.
All right.
And I was just, and he's probably right now wearing, he's probably like Blue Lives Matter.
He's taking a turn on it.
Yeah.
But why didn't you like Derek Anderson before that?
Because everybody always, because when there was a faction of Carolina Panther fans when Cam was drafted.
I see where we're going here.
That just never liked Cam Newton. They always said he's overrated.
So you were being sensitive.
No,
people like Derek Anderson more
they
than Cam
said
Newton.
that if we would be better if they put in Derek Anderson. It's
and
like
you took that out on Derek Anderson.
Why would you hate Derek Anderson for that?
Well, I just didn't like him because he's a jerk too.
Yeah. Now I cannot say
why do I gotta like him?
You ain't gotta do nothing.
Why do I gotta like him?
You don't know what I was doing on the sideline.
You think it's funny?
You think it's funny? You think I think this is funny?
Which is so fun to watch.
That is the classic.
Just go watch that to make your day better. I was trying to think of too when it comes to one thing you're talking about the quarterbacks and how Chandler's had the benefit of only having one quarterback for a decade. Now you're starting to get in. We're dipping our toe into this weird land. But you remember that picture that used to float around of the guy that wore the Browns jersey to the
That had
game,
all the
and
names.
that had all the quarterback names going down. He just
Where they had
crossed
to
it out.
add more material
Yeah,
because the names.
it's like
got
it
so
turned
long.
into a cape.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We have always made fun of that. Not like just Panther fans, but a lot
Browns,
of people.
Redskins.
Yeah.
I've had it.
And it's scary to think that, you could be that guy one day.
I mean, I've always made fun of teams like the Arizona Cardinals who drafted Josh Rosen and only used him for 1 year and then got rid of him. So now here we're sitting with Teddy Bridgewater, who we went and signed a 3-year, $60 million contract with, and 1 year, and we want him out of Carolina.
Marty Herney's probably going to sign him to a 5-year deal in Washington.
Oh, boy.
He's a bum, too.
Ron Rivera likes Kyle Allen too much. He's just going to bring him back.
Yeah, he does like Kyle Allen.
with Kyle Allen.
Heineke.
Tony, thanks for hanging out.
All right, man.
Hope you have a good weekend.
I'm out of here.
And we'll check out the P3 podcast. I didn't mean to do that.
P3.
C3 podcast and the P files coming up on Tuesday with Tony Dunn. Let's take a time out. We'll come back. We'll talk a little golf with Mark Greenhalgh, Greeny from the Golf Shop Radio Show. Harold Varner III is just about done with his round today. We'll give you an update on him and where he stands at the Arnold Palmer Invitational. That and more on the way on Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
You've worked hard to start your business and are working even harder to make it successful. That's when it's most important to have a community bank and a local banker in your corner. This is Eric Clark from Select Bank and Trust. Our team of local bankers care about you, our customer, and the communities in which we all live and serve together. As the business and economic conditions of 2020 threw you many curveballs, our team at Select Bank and Trust remains steadfast in being responsive to your ever-changing needs. In 2021, choose Select Bank and Trust. Bank local, bank select, member FDIC.
On Jersey Mike's Day of Giving, we're giving all our sales to charities. Order a sub on Wednesday, March 31st to support a great cause and get free delivery with our app. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above. If you can make a difference, you should. At Jersey Mike's, it's this simple philosophy that spurs us to celebrate our month of giving. This March, enjoy a sub and donate to a great local cause. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
If you wake up in the morning with a backache, feeling more tired than you did when you went to bed, you probably need a new mattress. And the best place to get that mattress is Factory Mattress. Hi, I'm Kirk Smith, General Manager. For more than 40 years, Factory Mattress has been Greenville and Wilson's local mattress dealer. We guarantee the lowest price on the area's best selection with over 50 models to choose from. No seconds or overruns. Factory Mattress offers only first quality direct from the manufacturer. Sealy Posturepedic, Beauty Rest, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic. The most highly trained sales associates with over 60 years of combined experience. Same as cash financing with zero interest up to 48 months and free local delivery. Face it, to have a good day, you've got to have a good night. So sleep better knowing you saved money at Factory Mattress, locally owned on Greenville Boulevard in Greenville, on Forest Hills Road in Wilson, on the web at factorymattressusa.com, and a proud member of Pirates Supporting Pirates.
At Tiebreakers, we pride ourselves on serving
big, juicy wings.
I'm talking
big and juicy.
Our chickens are the same ones that kick sand in the other chickens' faces. If our chickens played football, they'd be linebackers. The competition's chickens, they'd be
skinny little kickers.
Trade those kickers in for linebackers.
Tiebreakers is open every day at 11 a.m. Follow Tiebreakers on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates.
Hey, Eastern North Carolina, this is Miles Minges. And this is Landon Minges with Minges Bottling Group. We are proud to announce that Pepsi is once again the official soft drink of the ECU Pirates. That's right, Miles. Our family's purple and gold roots run deep. From founding members of the Pirate Club, alumni, and even a team physician, our support over the last 60 years has never wavered. We are Pirates. We're excited to be back at ECU and are honored to serve our great customers throughout Eastern North Carolina. Not only is this the birthplace of Pepsi-Cola, this is our home. Cheers, Pirate Nation. I like the sound of that. Support local, drink local, stay safe, and drink Pepsi.
Let us help you get back to business.
This is Donald Stocks
and Justin Judge of PIP of Eastern North Carolina.
We're ready to assist your business with branded PPE. Would you like face masks with your logo? We can do that. Plus custom social distancing signage.
Now is the time to ramp up your marketing efforts. Whether it's cutting edge, contactless, touchless marketing, or traditional direct mail, we can do it all.
We are PIP of Eastern North Carolina.
When you don't have time to go to lunch, let Jimmy John's deliver lunch to you. With Jimmy John's, we can get a freaky fresh sandwich to you freaky fast. Click to order at jimmyjohns.com. Dinner's great. It's one of your top 3 favorite meals. You just don't want to have to make it. Well, with Jimmy John's, you don't have to. Whether you live in a sandwich delivery zone or heading to the store, you can always get a freaky fresh sandwich. Click to order at jimmyjohns.com.
Hi, this is Phil Steele of Phil Steele's College Football Preview Magazine, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Jersey Mike's is open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner. You can order in-store or you can go online through the Jersey Mike's app. Jersey Mike's, a sub above. And Clip, as we head back into the show, quick softball and baseball update. Baseball right now is in the bottom of the second inning. East Carolina does have runners in scoring position with 2 outs. And so no score as of yet. And ECU softball has jumped out to a 6-2 lead over Longwood in the top of the 5th inning.
All right. Good updates from Shirley Rhodes. A lot going on here at East Carolina. A lot going on in the world of sports. I'm watching Indiana State, the Sycamores, play Evansville right now in Arch Madness, the Missouri Valley tournament. And trivia, well, I was going to try to form this into a trivia question. The guy that was just at the free throw line, his last name is the first name of Indiana State's most famous basketball alum. Who am I talking about, Shirley? Indiana State basketball.
Indiana State. Oh, that would be Bird. Larry Bird.
This guy's last name was Larry. Correct. Larry Bird is the answer I was looking for. Well done.
The hick from French Lick.
Do you know that, Chandler?
Yeah, I was going to say Larry Bird.
All right, well done. It is Free Beer Friday on the show. Stick around hour 3. We've got a big giveaway for you that includes an 18-pack of Natural Light.
I knew that because of Trivia AJ's.
Every Wednesday night, 7:30. Come on out and participate in sports trivia at AJ McMurphy's. All right, let's talk some golf and find out what's going on in the golf world with Mark Greenhalgh from the Golf Shop Radio Show. You can hear it every Saturday, 8 to 10 a.m. right here on Pirate Radio. Greeny, how you doing today?
Oh, hold on.
Oh, boy.
Greeny.
Okay, I don't know what happened. That's him calling back.
Let's try Greeny one more time. Until then, Chandler, you can be, hey, Greeny.
Hey, Greeny.
What's going on in golf?
Nothing much.
That would be a short interview. Not much. Thanks for asking. There is a lot going on. In fact, the Arnold Palmer Invitational is going on right now. Let's talk about it with Greeny. Mark, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
Hey, doing fantastic. And I know you're in a good mood, Mark, because talking to you to wrap up 2020 and on into the winter months of 2021, you've kind of said, for you personally anyway, this kind of kicks off the golf season for you. You're in Florida, you're on the East Coast, and you're at the Arnold Palmer Invitational. This is kind of the real start to the season for you, Greeny?
Yeah, it is. And, this is where the schedule really starts to heat up. You got, obviously, the Arnold Palmer this week, which is always a great tournament to watch down in Orlando, and then you jump right into the Players' Championship next week, and then the Honda Classic after that. So 3 really good golf tournaments, and 3 places where it can get tough if the conditions get right.
And a great field here, Greeny, as we look at the leaderboard. Corey Connors right now in the lead at 9 under, but you see Rory McIlroy near the top, Bryson DeChambeau going down the list. Jordan Spieth is there at 3 under par. So it looks like a pretty stacked field for this weekend.
Yeah, and if you remember, this was the last event before everything was shut down that they actually completed because they played the first round of the Players' Championship last year and then shut down the PGA Tour. So kind of reminiscing about that, and about a year ago is when everything started to go on pause. So and that event, I mean, last year Rory McIlroy opened with a 66 like he did this year, and proceeded to shoot like 5 over par in the next 3 rounds, but still only finished tied for 5th. That tells you how difficult the golf course can get at Bay Hill.
Yeah, just saw HV3, Harold Varner III at +1, and was looking at the projected cut. It looks like it's going to be at +2. And good news, HV3 with a birdie on 18, so he finishes the round even. He is even for the tournament, and looks like he's in pretty good shape to play coming up on Saturday and Sunday. And that kind of speaks to what you were just talking about, Greeny. We're seeing scores plus 10, +9, +12, so it does show how difficult this course can be.
Well, and just in case anybody's wondering, and they have officially removed his score from the bottom, but Robert Gomez, and if you go way back in history, Robert Gomez holed one out from the middle of 18 fairway to win the Arnold Palmer Invitational a long time ago. He's in the since this is an invitational, he's in the field as a past champion. He shot 20 over par 92 today.
Yikes.
So it can play difficult if you're not at the top of your game, and Robert's kind of one of those guys that hasn't played a whole lot of competitive golf lately, had a lot of injuries, and probably just kind of back out there as a past champion, and shot 92 today. So if you ever wondered if you could break 100 on that golf course in PGA Tour conditions, that might be one of your answers.
And how do you get your score removed? Is that just a courtesy to a past champion there, Mark?
Well, technically, he was disqualified.
Oh, okay.
Which, is very easy to do if you have a horrendous round and you don't want to go up on the board. You can kind of sign an incorrect scorecard intentionally and get disqualified. So there's a couple of different things that you can do to make sure that score doesn't go up. And they've had it up most of the day, but they finally took it down on the online scoring.
All right, there's a trick to the trade for you bad golfers out there if you want to get your score off the board. Talking to Mark Greenhalgh from the Golf Shop Radio Show. Mark, saw a story, a headline about the Tiger Woods car crash, and I guess the latest that came out said that Tiger Woods was unconscious after the crash, and that news came out as law enforcement has also, I guess, got the black box from the vehicle and all that. So this is more of a human story than a golf story, I think, at this point. But are you keeping up with the latest with the Tiger Woods car crash?
Yeah, I mean, I've heard things from him falling asleep at the wheel. And, I always thought it was interesting when they said that there was no skid marks. Well, don't all of our cars have anti-lock brakes now? So it's very hard to actually create skid marks anymore, in certain situations. So kind of interesting. But, yeah, it seems like there's one report that said he fell asleep. Was he unconscious? I mean, the initial report was that he was lucid and things along those lines. So kind of hard to figure out exactly, what the story is and what's going down. And I guess we'll continue to wait and see and understand maybe if they do get that black box and break it down and see what it says.
Talking to Greeny from the Golf Shop Radio Show. You can hear it Saturday morning, 8 to 10 a.m. here on Pirate Radio. Weather heating up. Mark, you got a lot of baseball going on, March Madness going on, and as you said, the golf calendar looking real good for you golf fans, too. So what do you guys have coming up on Saturday morning on the Golf Shop Radio Show?
Well, we're going to talk to Scott Tomasello. He's going to give us an update on Dustin Johnson's World Junior Amateur Championship that's going on down in the Myrtle Beach area. That's a big event for the juniors, so we'll get an update there. We're going to talk to Jared Rice and get a preview of the Players Championship that I mentioned for next week. And as always, our man Bill Bender from the Sporting News. And then we're going to talk to Craig Kahn. Craig is kind of one of those guys that he's got... he's kind of the Swiss Army knife. He does a little bit of everything, whether it's Sirius XM, doing some podcasting, done some broadcasting, been on air. He's now written a book. So we're going to kind of talk about a whole host of topics with Craig Kahn.
Sounds like a great show. Everybody check it out. Coming up 8 a.m., 10 a.m. on Pirate Radio on Saturday. Mark, thanks for checking in with us today. Have a great weekend, man, and we'll talk to you again next week.
Thanks a lot. You too. Bye.
There's Mark Greenhalgh joining us on the Fixed NC Live Line Golf Shop Radio Show, coming your way Saturday morning, 8 to 10 a.m. here on Pirate Radio. Coming up next hour on PRL, we have our giveaway. It's Free Beer Friday, so you can win an 18-pack of Natural Light. We got a cool Natural Light t-shirt that Chandler is modeling for us today. Also, a large 2-topping pizza to Domino's, couple of koozies. It's a great prize pack, and it's available to win on this show coming up in hour 3, and you can win it on our Facebook page. So if you don't win it here on Pirate Radio Live, head over to the Facebook page. Make sure you sign up, and you'll have an opportunity to win there as well. Let's get a break in. We will come back and get ready to wrap up hour 2 of today's show. We'll give you score updates, what's going on today in college basketball, what's going on at the ECU Baseball Stadium, Clark LeClaire Stadium, also what's going on in, did I hear Shirley say Farmville, Virginia? Is that where ECU's playing today, Longwood?
Yep, and they just, Chanley Garner just hit a home run, so they are now up 8-2.
Pirates playing long ball today against Longwood.
Long drive ball.
Long drive ball against Long Drive Wood. Let's take a time out. We'll come back, have a sports update for you when we return after this.
Here with Mike Mullis from Fixed NC. And Mike, you were telling me the other day, people ask you all the time, I didn't know you did that. What does that mean?
You know, anything that involves property damage repair, call us first. If it's your crawl space, you've got interior humidity issues, a water loss, your ice maker line breaks, obviously fire and smoke, everybody knows we do those, but anything that involves interior or exterior property damage, we're your repair experts.
Mike, how can everybody get in touch with you?
252-999-0001 or fixednc.com.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 8 to 10 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by GolfKnickers.com, the world's leader in traditional golf apparel. Hosts Mark Greenhalgh and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop.
Looking for your next career opportunity? How about some extra cash to help pay for school? Your locally owned and operated Dixon Foods McDonald's is hiring, and they would love to have you as part of the McFamily. They offer flexible hours, competitive pay, and financial support to pursue your education through McDonald's Archways to Opportunity program. Come join the family at McDonald's. Don't let this financial opportunity pass you by. Please visit DixonFoods.com to apply.
Ahoy, mateys! To keep those cars clean, you need the Pirates Cove Fast Pass.
The new Pirates Cove Car Wash and Haviland Express Lube on Glen Burnie Road in New Bern is now open. Pirates Cove in New Bern is offering Fast Passes for $9.99 for new Fast Pass customers. You can visit us in Greenville on Fire Tower Road, Memorial Drive, and on East 10th Street. And have you heard? Pirates Cove on Fire Tower Road is now offering interior cleaning.
So we have you surrounded. Pirates Cove, the official car wash partner of ECU Athletics.
This tax season, get more in return during Bostic Sub Furniture's Tax Mania. Update your home for less with savings of 15% off throughout the store. Living room, dining room, and bedroom furniture at savings of 15% off. Save up to 70% off clearance items or get 48 months special financing. Now's the time to get a better night's sleep on a Scott Living or Restonic mattress and enjoy 48 months special financing. Your tax dollars go farther during Tax Mania, now at Bostic Sub Furniture.
North Carolina State Parks is proud to announce that they have partnered with the Hometown Strong program. Our visitor centers are now equipped with public Wi-Fi to help kids with school. Remote learning has become a critical public health measure in maintaining social distance and continuing to educate our young people. Take advantage of Wi-Fi and a hike at Goose Creek State Park or a day trip to the beach and access remote learning at Fort Megan State Park. For more information, visit hometownstrong.nc.gov.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Whether you're flying for business or for pleasure, enjoy the friendly convenience of flying from your local airport to get you where you're going and then home again safely. For your next trip, remember, American Airlines is back at PGV. Book today at AA.com. Pick Greenville Airport, where the Pirates fly.
With rates being historically low, now is the best time to buy or refinance your home. This is Talbot Green with Angel Oak Home Loans. Now is the time to take advantage of the opportunity to buy more home or refinance your current mortgage. The combination of our local team's experience and Angel Oak's wide offerings of products from standard conventional, government, and portfolio loans has something for most financial situations. For more information, call Talbot Green, Joanne Weir, or Wanda Hager at 751-2060.
NMLS 1719250 and 685-842. Equal housing lender.
I sailed out of the port of Bristol with sailors wearing black armbands.
Pirate Radio.
And found ourselves proclaimed notorious pirates.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Did you miss a show on Pirate Radio? Well, you can listen to all of Pirate Radio's archived local programming by subscribing to us on Apple Podcasts. Subscribe today by going to the podcast app on your iPhone or Apple device and search for Pirate Radio Audio Archives. And quick scoring updates for you, Clip. First for ECU baseball, they are in the top of the third inning. App State has plated a run, but that was all that they were able to get as Tyler Smith pitches out of a jam. 1-0 is that score. And in ECU softball, they just had a pitching change, but they're in the bottom of the fifth inning. Longwood trailing ECU 8-2.
All right, thank you, Shirley Rhodes. Welcome back into Pirate Radio Live here on a Friday. A lot going on in the sports world. Looks like ECU is going to finish in 11th in the AAC, although I don't know if that's set in stone just yet, but it appears they're going to be 11th and play the 6th seed in the tournament, which would be UCF, who they just played last night, and that game would be Thursday night at 7 o'clock. We had been talking about going Pirate Radio Live 3 to 6 on that Thursday, taking a little break, and then at 7 coming right back with a live watch-along for ECU tournament basketball. Chandler is either really excited or faking his excitement. I cannot tell. He's kind of got the troll face going.
There is no faking anything here.
Wait, what? You're excited about what now?
What? What are you? What?
A potential watch-along.
Why are you doing that?
I don't know. It makes me excited.
You're making me uncomfortable.
I'm excited.
Excitement time.
Excitement time.
So,
excitement time.
If we're going to do that, like we were jerseyed up for our Washington watch along. We all had, well, I say we all. Tony did not have a jersey, but Chandler and I did. I'm going to need a basketball jersey to rock.
If there's anybody out there that has a jersey, please send it our way.
I was thinking it didn't for me personally, it didn't have to be an ECU jersey. I just think it'd be funny if I wore a basketball jersey with no undershirt. It would make for a funny visual. And if I had like wristbands, a headband on,
that would be it'd be even better.
So I almost made an impulse buy last night because I was Googling like big man basketball jerseys. There is a
big man on campus.
Jeff, they do basketball jerseys. There's a treasure trove of like random ass basketball jerseys on Amazon that include Shirley. One I really wanted to get. I think the favorite one I saw was the tournament shootout jerseys from Above the Rim.
Yes!
They have the jerseys from those.
Really?
From Above the Rim. They had Bayside basketball jerseys. They were gray with the like crimson numbering. I'll have to Google it up. I guess.
You know what? I'm not a big basketball jersey person, although if I had a WNBA jersey, I'd rock that. But they tend to be a little pricey for my taste. But if I were to go like jersey that's not like a professional team, I would like a One Tree Hill basketball jersey.
They have those on Amazon. I've never watched the show, but I saw.
I love
what
the
was
show.
the school? Was that the team name?
No, I don't know.
I
They
can pull
might
it up.
be. Yeah, pull it
So
up.
they had Bayside. They have.
That was the Bayside Tigers.
They have.
I want to say they're the Cougars.
Bel Air Academy.
Bel Air Academy. Yep.
The Smith and Banks jerseys.
Yeah.
They had those.
I
Of
can
course,
rock
they
that
had
one.
the Flint Tropics from the Jackie Moon jerseys.
I think the only other one I would think to wear, and this is a very obscure one, but oh crap! I think I know the name of the movie. It's when Michael J. Fox turns into a werewolf.
Teen Wolf.
Teen Wolf. That's it.
I don't remember the school name.
Yeah, but Teen Wolf is the one I was thinking of because remember he played basketball. I'd love to wear that jersey. I'd love to have a jersey like that. But that's just because I'm weird and
they have.
I like obscure things like that.
They had Toon Squad.
Yeah, Toon Squad's okay.
Donald Duck, Michael Jordan. They had. So who is Crenshaw? Oh, is that Love and Basketball?
Yeah,
Is that
that's Love and Basketball. Yeah.
They had a lot of Jesus Shuttlesworth from Lincoln. Now here's a Tree Hill. It says sports movie jersey. Tree Hill
23. That is.
It says Nathan Scott.
Yep, Nathan Scott's jersey. Yep.
Okay. They had several of those. There was another one too from that movie. But Bel Air Academy, that one looks pretty cool. Oh man, this one I also thought about going with the Bricklayers jersey from this is 1996 MTV Rockin' Jock.
Dude, okay, all right, I take it all back.
Now they only
I want that one.
But they only have one player's jersey, which I think would be awesome because I was a big fan of her and she is no longer with us. But they have Aaliyah's number 19 Bricklayers jersey.
Really?
For like $17.
What was the other team's name? It was like the Bricklayers versus the what?
Chad, are you listening? I know he was a huge Rockin' Jock guy.
See, I wished they kept that. That was it's one of the few like quote unquote reality show type things that I like to watch because it wasn't just they did softball, they did basketball. I watched the softball one, obviously.
The softball was homeboys versus away boys, right?
Yeah. But I love the basketball too. I thought it was
Bricklayers
great.
versus Violators, according to to what I'm seeing here.
I wish they had not done away with that Rockin' Jock. I felt like that was very enjoyable to watch.
That was that's my childhood right there, watching those games over and over and over again. All right, so there you go. I think I might have to get one of these jerseys for the Thursday night watch along. I'm not sure what I'm going to go with yet.
Now, the watch along, what time are you guys doing the watch along?
Well, it appears ECU is going to play at 7 o'clock. So,
you know what? I was
Thursday.
thinking the women's side, and that was like, because I was thinking the games were later, but okay.
I will not be here at 10 p.m. for the women's game.
And I was going to say, neither am I.
But I will be. Tune in. No, I'm just kidding.
Steve Hill, he's also good at the
our
era, says Teen Wolf is Beacon Hills.
Beacon Hills,
would have never guessed that one. But it was a yellow uniform, right?
I think so. I think it was yellow, yeah.
Maybe yellow and blue, if I'm not mistaken. All right, let's take a time out. We will come back, talk to open up Hour 3. We'll talk to Brian North coming up. In Hour 3, we will make you a winner, open up the booty bag, and also recap last night's loss in Minges Coliseum. ECU falling to UCF, talk a little basketball as well. Hear from Joe Dooley, Jaden Gardner, Tristan Newton. All that and more. And your thoughts. What fictional basketball jersey would you like to rock? Tell us on Twitter and Facebook Live or give us a call, 317-1250. Back with more on PRL after this.
A car wash experience like no other is here at the new Tommy's Express. You'll enjoy a gentle belt conveyor ride through our bright, inviting wash as luscious foams and soft cloths treat your car like new. After a final rinse, wax, and blow dry for a beautiful spot-free shine in just about 3 minutes, help yourself to our free vacuums and mat washers. We're Tommy's Express.
Tommy's Express Wash, now open on the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road in Greenville.
There's no better time to drive away with a quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Greenville Auto World. Greenville Auto World is your authorized rough country dealer. We specialize in lift and leveling kits along with custom wheel packages. Whether you're looking for ground clearance or enhancing the appearance of your vehicle, trust our team for your off-road experience. Greenville Auto World, 3840 South Charles Boulevard across from Hardee's at Bell's Fork, or online at greenvilleautoworld.net.
Villa Verde on 10th Street, Greenville's only Dominican restaurant, now features a brand new lunch menu, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Choose from your favorites like the Villa Verde Burger, the Veggie Burger, the Cuban Sandwich, the Dominican Club, the Villa Wrap, the Vegetable Sandwich, the Big Poppy Steak Sandwich, or create your own bowl, all with your choice of side and a drink for under $10. If you're looking for a high-quality, healthy, and affordable lunch, Villa Verde is your place. Villa Verde, a platform for good.
If you are push mowing your yard using an inefficient lawn tractor, or your current zero-turn spends more time in the shop than mowing your grass, it's time you look at a Hustler zero-turn lawnmower. Residential mowers from Hustler are built like tanks and drive like sports cars. All Hustler mowers have fabricated, welded steel decks. Don't settle on cheap units with flimsy stamped decks from big box stores. Come see Ron Ayers Motorsports. It will guide you to the right mower for your property and your budget. Find us at Ron Ayers Motorsports, Highway 11 north of the airport in Greenville.
Did you know you can help prevent natural gas emergencies? Whether you're planting a tree, putting up a fence, landscaping, or starting an excavation project, Greenville Utilities strongly encourages you to follow the law and call NC 811. Even minor contact with the natural gas pipeline could cause a natural gas emergency. Before digging or excavation of any kind, North Carolina law requires you call NC 811. Please call at least 3 full working days in advance so all utility lines can be professionally marked prior to digging. Stay safe, avoid damages, and call 811 before you dig.
The Rick House is Eastern North Carolina's premier American-styled restaurant and bar. Join us at the Rick House for mouth-watering steaks and the best burgers around. Check out the spicy mahi risotto or the bourbon pecan salmon. Wednesday night is date night. 2 salads, an appetizer, a bottle of wine, 2 entrees, and a dessert for just $55. Thursday is ladies' night with $5 martinis and special apps. The Rick House, American Provisions and Spirits, 710 Red Banks Road beside the bowling alley in Greenville. The Rick House.
National Signing Day has come and gone, but that doesn't mean the recruiting news cycle is stopping. In fact, the Pirates still have their sights set on top targets in the transfer portal and have already turned their attention to the 2022 class. HoistTheColors.net has the latest on EC recruiting from a football perspective, and we also cover basketball and baseball commitments like no others. Sign up now and get your first month for a single $1 to get the latest scoop on your favorite Pirate teams, along with in-depth baseball and spring football coverage in the months ahead. HoistTheColors.net.
Hi, this is Billy Parker from Parker's Barbecue. I am so excited to announce a brand new menu item now available at all Parker's locations. Come in for our delicious new boneless wings. Our wings are fresh, hand-cut, right there in the store. Never frozen, and our wings are big. Try them tossed in one of our signature sauces, sweet red barbecue sauce or barbecue honey mustard. Get a boneless wing bag for less than $5. That includes 6 boneless wings with hush puppies and corn sticks. Parker's Barbecue, a homemade tradition for over 50 years.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Have you got damage? Damage from wood rot? Fixed. Damage from smoke or fire? Fixed. Damage caused by water? Fixed. If you've got damage, use a contractor that works for you and not your insurance company. Visit fixednc.com today or call 999-0001. That's 3 9s, 3 zeros, and a 1. Fixed NC, restore, renew, maintain. And let's give you your scoring updates as we speak right now. Bottom of the third, East Carolina has scored 3 runs in the frame. They are now up 3-1. with a runner at third and 2 outs. And the runs scored were from Amax double in the in right field.
You all right over there?
Yeah, and then I was going to talk about the balk that was called, and that brought a run home. So 3-1 is your score for ECU baseball in the bottom of the third, and ECU softball is in the top of the sixth inning. They've tacked on another run. 9-2 is your score. However, Longwood has the bases loaded and 1 out.
There are your updates with ECU athletics, baseball and softball.
This is what happens when I'm watching things at the same time of trying to explain something.
Shirley's got the head on a swivel, got games going on.
I got
all
softball
sides.
here, I got baseball over here.
I got some basketball on here inside the Pirate Radio studios.
Maybe I should do baseball, you do softball.
Ooh, strike out. Sit down.
Indiana State just knocked off Evansville, for those wondering.
Nice.
All right, Brian North joins us now on the Fixed NC Live line. He's got a lot going on in his world. Hello, Brian.
Hello, Clipper.
What do you got going on, Brian? You got the 3rd and 4th North that are occupying your time. You are now Mr. Morning Sunshine, and are we throwing high school athletics on your plate as well?
Yeah. I've been in at work since 3:30 this morning, and we'll go until we get off the air tonight at 11:35.
Wow, so things are going great.
Yeah, wonderful. You know, I'm the idiot that likes to go out and still do a feature story every now and then, and I went down to Morehead City and did a cool little feature on Social Q Barbecue, a little barbecue joint down there, and so I spent a lot of the day working on that, and now we're in football mode.
Did you get free food?
Well, they did supply me with one of the best brisket sandwiches I've ever had.
Oh, nice.
There may have been... you can't call it payola because I was doing the story anyways, but there was some gratitude shown, perhaps. Yeah.
All right, good deal. We've got high school hoops coming up, wrapping up this weekend. Brian, Shirley Rhodes, Farmville Central boys and girls are an absolute machine. They look for championships. And again, week 2 now of the high school football season. Unfortunately, was looking forward to Conley New Bern tonight. We'll have to wait on that. As you know, Brian, we've already seen some, I guess, postponements. I was asking Nate Connor about this. Could there be postponements, or will it all be cancellations? Well, Conley and New Bern have rescheduled to a Tuesday night, March 16th, and we were talking about it earlier in the week. Does that mean, I guess, Brian, that Conley's going to play the 12th, the 16th, and the 19th, or at least try to?
So I know what New Bern is doing, and New Bern's going to move their game up this Friday to Thursday.
Okay.
They aren't playing this week, so then they play Thursday against Aycock. Then they'll play Conley Tuesday, and then they'll move their Friday game to Saturday. So that's spacing them out a little bit more for them.
Gotcha.
At least that's the plan. So as I've told everybody, I hope no one has written any schedules in ink this year. They should all be in pencil because there's already been a ton of changes, and that's going to be one of them. But there really isn't a lot of room for changes like that. Once, just like ECU basketball, once you go so many games, you run out of room at the end of the schedule. You just say forget it after a while. For ECU basketball, that doesn't really matter because they're not qualifying for the postseason unless they go and win the tournament. But for high school, it could, for a short 7-game season, missing a game could make a big difference when it comes to making the playoffs or not.
Brian North joining us. Brian, a lot of Thursday games last week with weather in the area. I know Conley was able to play and win on Friday, but how about Brett Kennedy and Brian North? How's the makeshift spring season of the Blitz going for you guys right now?
Just like everybody else, with the short practice time and crossover in seasons, our preparation time was not very much, and so we just kind of threw some things together. Last week, we kind of lucked out with the rain in this sense that we didn't have as many games to cover on Friday night. All the games are being played earlier, it seems like, 6:30, some 7. So it just kind of helped us muddle through the first night because we didn't have as many games to go through and get on the air. We've got a whole new set, a whole new system, all these different things that we're it's like learning a brand new offense in 2 weeks. And so for us, it was kind of welcome that they spread the games out over several days. It was a little easier for us to negotiate.
North, FCS football going on as we speak while we're talking about football. Your Dukes in action coming up tomorrow against Elon. I see 2-0 versus 1-1 there. The Dukes off to a 2-0 start and are looking ahead, I'm sure, to another great season, albeit in the spring. But I wanted to bring this up. Latrell Scott hired by ECU this week as their inside wide receivers coach, tight end coach, passing game coordinator, according to Stephen Igo on Hoist the Colors. And this was an interesting one because he was a head coach, and he resigned as head coach at Norfolk State earlier in the week. He now is an ECU assistant, and I was wondering why a head coach would resign from that spot and move down, so to speak, although to a much bigger school. But I was reading into it, so Norfolk State didn't play last fall. The school says that they couldn't play this spring. So does that have a lot to do with this decision, Brian? Or is there even Norfolk State football moving forward? What's going on here?
Yeah, well, I was going to give you a two-word answer, and that would be Norfolk State. So that's a program that's really struggled through the years. And sometimes when you have aspirations as a coach, sometimes you just want to win. Sometimes you want to be around a winning culture, a winning program. And it can get tiresome if you're at a place that doesn't give you everything you think you need to win, and you're dealing with kids transferring in and out all the time. And Norfolk State's been in one of those programs. They've just never been able to get much of a foothold. And so I don't know how long you've been there, but sometimes you see a better opportunity to get to where you want to go, whether that just is winning, whether that's just coaching, or whether that's another opportunity down the road. So Norfolk State, not the ideal place to be, and maybe it was a career killer for him. So maybe he saw an opportunity to get out while he could.
Brian North joining us. North, I was able to see a live basketball game for the first time in almost a year last night at Minges Coliseum. Personally, I had an absolute blast. I really forgot how much I enjoyed watching live basketball. Unfortunately, the Pirates just couldn't get over the hump. We'll hear from Joe Dooley, Jaden Gardner, Tristan Newton in a moment, but it was really frustrating that they had so many opportunities. They'd cut it to 3, and then UCF would go in a 5-0 run. They'd cut it to 2. UCF would go in a 4-0 run. They just couldn't quite get over the hump and take a lead late in that game. But it was great to see the Pirates back on the court. And, man, it's a sprint to the finish line now. They play Cincinnati on Sunday, and then it's off to the AAC tournament beginning on Thursday. So Joe Dooley going to try to scrap together what he's got left for the rest of this season. By the way, if you like this year's team, get a good look at them Sunday and next week, because it appears, Brian, we're going to see another roster overhaul coming up this offseason.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, there you go. When it doesn't work, you do what you got to do. But has everybody on that team had COVID now? So are they good for the rest of the year where they can now play in the tournament until they're done? Because that's been a month off, 1 month of not playing basketball, and then they return. I'm surprised they were actually in the game, because I can't imagine how little they practiced and how much rust they've had trying to come back from the COVID issues.
I think moving forward, they should be all square, all set on that, Brian, as far as the COVID running through the program. In fact, I talked to someone last night at Minges as we were both wearing our mask. I've been through COVID and was positive over Christmas, and this person involved with ECU basketball also said that during the ECU hiatus, he also tested positive. I think it went through just about everybody over there, Brian. I don't have the exact numbers, but ECU should be able to play. Maybe that's the best thing they got going for them right now, is maybe their opponents will have to forfeit games, and they can make a little run here, survive in advance.
Look, in this year, you never know. It feels like everybody in the country, just about, knock on wood, has had it. I'm glad everybody's okay that as far as the ECU basketball team goes, you go and all those things, and I go. And look, it's such a wacky year, and just to have sports is sometimes a feat unto itself. And we knew there was going to be bumps in the road like this. We knew there was going to be programs that would have some of these issues. You hated that it was towards the end of the season and it kind of impacted what they were doing, but look, they still have a chance. At least they're going to get into the tournament. You're going to see some teams that aren't going to even be able to qualify for tournaments because of their issues.
All right. Brian, how about Tobacco Road? Who will be representing the state of North Carolina in the tournament this year? North Carolina, Joe Lenardi has them in as a 10 seed. I guess Duke, what do they still have work to do? They need to beat North Carolina and win a few games in the tournament. Syracuse kind of in that same boat as we go outside of the state of North Carolina, but stay in the ACC. I guess Josh Pastner and Georgia Tech looking to get into the tournament this year. It has been an odd year. Where does Duke, North Carolina, NC State sit right now?
Who knows? I put the standings up the other day, and none of them are in the top 6 now, which I don't know North Carolina outside force. Just when you.
We are losing Brian North as we speak. He has fallen into the abyss. Brian, are you still with us? We might have to try to reconnect with Brian North. What? North? You there?
Going through Jones County, sometimes we have those problems in the cell phone towers in Jones.
You're back now. Bottom line, those teams stink. We can move on.
They all stink. NC State might be the best of them right now. NC State's hot.
Yeah.
Look out for them to do a Valvetto run through the tournament.
They are red hot. Coach K had his run-in earlier this year with a student reporter. Roy Williams had his run-in with Josh Graham. And we recently just saw Jim Boeheim have his run-in with, I guess, a 5'2" kid that shouldn't comment on basketball. These old cranky coaches, Brian, a little extra cranky in the COVID era where they can't control everything, right?
Please tell me you did that Twitter thing where you took when you body slammed Josh Graham and you put Roy's.
Oh, man, why have we not done that Photoshop? Where's Glenn Griffin when you need him? We'll get on that. We need to get Roy as me body slamming Josh Graham. We'll take care of that, Brian. Good idea.
But as far as coaches go, look, man, yes, there's a reason old people are cranky. You get tired of hearing dumb stuff. And the longer you go in life, the more dumb stuff you hear, the shorter your patience gets. So I get it.
That's a very good point. Brian, now, have you had one of those interactions with a coach before? Who body slammed you verbally, if anybody?
Boy, good question. Steve Logan, he put me on the carpet. He went all high pitched.
Yeah, we got to get Brian. We got to get Brian in the city. These back roads are killing his phone right now.
Man.
Yeah.
He's not doing it for me, huh?
I could kind of hear Steve Logan there. We might have to cut Brian short and talk to him another day. As
Steve Logan story too.
We kind of heard that. Steve Logan got you high pitched one time. You said. Every time we try to go back to him, he disappears. Brian, how about this? Enjoy the rest of your day at work, and we'll try you another time when you're not riding through the country. Yeah, that's brutal. Goodbye, Brian. Thank you,
We're
Brian.
sorry, Brian.
Yeah, just wasn't in the car. You know what?
That call.
It wouldn't shock me if Brian was ready to go, and he was just like, "Oh, good question." One time I was Logan, and
people like ruffle the papers so they think I'm going through a bad area. I have to call you back.
You're cutting out.
Hear you.
I'm in the middle of a cornfield right now. Can't take your call. There is Brian North somewhere in eastern North Carolina working hard, as he always does. Redbeard, I can't read that on the air, but thank you for tweeting in. By the way, are we officially on, Shirley, as far as the Coach Shirley video?
No, I have not gotten a notification.
Okay, no, we are not quite there yet. Stay tuned for that coming up this weekend.
Yeah, we do have a final, though. ECU softball beats Longwood 9-2.
Put it on the board. Another W.
Yes. Another dub.
For Courtney Oliver and the softball team. We'll get a baseball update when we return. We'll talk some basketball when we return as well. Talk about what went down last night in Minji's Coliseum. And coming up at the end of next segment, make sure you stick around for our Free Beer Friday. We've got a great giveaway. How about an 18-pack of Natural Light that can be yours, along with a large 2-topping pizza from Domino's, Natty Light shirt, Natty Light koozies, and more. When we return, we'll do that at the end of next segment. So stick around, our Free Beer Friday giveaway. More to go on Pirate Radio Live after this.
In a world of fake profiles, fake tans, and fake flavors, naturally flavored Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer strives for realness. It's USDA certified organic, with no sugar or carbs, and only 80 calories. So the only thing touching your taste buds is organic, refreshing, and delicious. Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer, as real as it tastes. Enjoy responsibly, not a low-calorie food. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer, IRC Beer, St. Louis, Missouri 63118.
This is Martin Truex Jr., and as a NASCAR Cup Series champion, I love one-stop shopping. When I need fresh tires or fuel during a race, my pit crew takes care of everything. Off the track, I have an Auto Owners independent agent. They handle all my insurance in one place: car, home, life, and business. Get your own pit crew and find a local agency with Auto Owners Insurance.
This is Jeff Gibson with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates!
Did you know time spent outdoors can help improve your children's health and bring balance to their life? The Outdoor Heritage Advisory Council invites you to join the Patch program. This program is for any child under the age of 16 and includes activities like fishing, hunting, and hiking. These are just one of the many ways you can earn the exclusive patches from the Outdoor Heritage Council. For more information on how to sign up and get your adventure started, visit outdoorheritage.nc.gov.
Hey, Eastern North Carolina, this is Miles Minges. And this is Landon Minges with Minges Bottling Group. We are proud to announce that Pepsi is once again the official soft drink of the ECU Pirates. That's right, Miles. Our family's purple and gold roots run deep. From founding members of the Pirate Club, alumni, and even a team physician, our support over the last 60 years has never wavered. We are Pirates. We're excited to be back at ECU and are honored to serve our great customers throughout Eastern North Carolina. Not only is this the birthplace of Pepsi-Cola, this is our home. Cheers, Pirate Nation. I like the sound of that. Support local, drink local, stay safe, and drink Pepsi.
UBE and PirateWear.com are proud to offer the Pirate Nation its largest inventory ever. Brand new Adidas is arriving daily, along with Under Armour, Columbia, and Russell Athletic. UBE is loaded with cargo, and new items are being added daily to PirateWear.com. Be sure to check out our children's store, The Crow's Nest, for all of your young pirates. UBE and PirateWear.com, an ECU tradition for 50 years. Go Pirates!
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Ottavola Market Cafe. Ottavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Ottavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Ottavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Ottavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Ottavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OttavolaMarket.com. Ottavola, Pirates supporting pirates.
They say nothing in life is free. Well, we're here to tell you they're wrong. Because when you switch to US Cellular, you can get the Samsung Galaxy S21 5G for free with no hidden requirements. That's right, the Samsung Galaxy S21 5G has launched and you can get it for free with no hidden requirements. US Cellular. Terms and conditions apply. See store or uscellular.com for details.
Does the idea of going to your local U.S. Cellular store make you feel a bit uncomfortable? Tired of the hassle of waiting and wearing a mask? Let Toby Williams and his outside sales team take away that worry. They will come right to your home or office and drop your phone off on the porch or at the front desk for you. Saving you time and worry is what the team at Cellular Warehouse is all about. Call Toby today at 252-799-7051 and let them help you with all of your wireless needs. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent.
This is Coach Steve Shankweiler, offensive line coach for East Carolina University football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back to the show. You've worked hard to start your business and are working even harder to make it successful, and that's why it's important to have a bank in your corner when you need them. As the business world throws you curveballs, Select Bank & Trust is here to be responsive to your needs. Select Bank's team of local bankers can make local decisions and cares about you, the customer. Get the business services that are right for your business today with Select Bank & Trust. Bank local, bank select. And a quick scoring updates for you. In softball, we just mentioned a few minutes ago that ECU beat Longwood 9-2. They are playing in Farmville, Virginia in the Liberty Classic Softball Invitational, and they are going to take on Liberty in about 20 minutes from now. So we will keep you an update on that for the rest of the show. And it's ECU baseball. They're in the top of the fourth inning. ECU leading 3-2. However, App State threatening. They've got the bases loaded, 2 outs.
Hello.
Hello.
What's the count?
2-2.
The 1-0.
Thank you.
Oh,
sorry. Chandler and I have our own thing going. In fact,
yeah, I know. Oh, hello. All right, they get out of the inning.
Hello. We're talking about doing a watch along for ECU basketball, the tournament game, if they play 7 o'clock on Thursday.
Uh-huh.
And I was talking to Chandler about it and said, we need a third. We got me and you, and he's like a basketball guy. Igo already said vehemently that he would not show up to that.
Well, I won't be here.
Chandler kind of got offended. He was like, what? Why not just me and you? Make a date out of it.
Oh.
And from there, it went to we're going to have like our wings and then a candle in the middle of the table. And then from there, it went, Shirley could be our waitress.
I was wondering what was going on because I was playing bumper music, so I had my headphones on, and all of a sudden I hear Chandler go, something, 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 Shirley, and was pointing at me, and I was like, what are y'all doing over here?
Hello,
and you're laughing.
Would you mind bringing us our 3-course meal, Shirley?
Hello, gentlemen. Welcome to the Pirate Radio
As
Cafe.
long as you don't make me wear a French maid's outfit, I think I'll be fine.
Can I get you something to drink to start off? Yeah, can you grab me a Sprite Zero from the back?
I'll be like one of those ones from the sitcom Alice. What do you want?
Yeah, I could see that going bad. But we're
I'd like a natural light. No.
wait.
You're not gonna give it. No.
Yeah, maybe.
Do you have natural light? Yes.
Maybe we should self-serve.
Can I have some natural? No.
Yeah, we can get all the pizza and wings we want instead of having to wait for Shirley.
Are your legs broke? No.
I do like
All right,
it.
then you
We
can
would
walk
be like,
yourself
where's
back
our
to the
waitress
refrigerator.
at? We would be like, where's our waitress at? And she'd be in
Dude.
here watching like news bloopers.
Let's get
That is true.
let's get intern Tully in here to be our waiter.
There you go. That's abuse.
I know. I think it'd be hilarious.
Yeah, that's what we do to interns.
Garçon.
Trust me, I know.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me.
All right.
Waiter!
Last night in Minges Coliseum, ECU fell to UCF 64-60. Pirates got off to a slow start. Got down double digits very early in the game. You could tell that there was rust. But kind of turned it on, got back in the game. Outscored UCF in the second half, just could not quite get over that hump. We were talking about that a moment ago when we could actually hear Brian North speaking, that the Pirates would cut it to 3 and UCF would go on a run. They cut it to 2, UCF would go on a run. They can never tie it, can never take a lead. And Joe Dooley talked about that, his team not being able to get over the hump last night.
Well, I mean, it was very frustrating. We a lot of the things that ended up happening were self-inflicted, and some of it was also they made some plays, but when you get it to 2, and at one point, we'd get it to 2, and then there'd be a 4-point swing, or we'd get it to, 3, and then there was a 4-0 run or a 5-0 run to get it back to 8. We just kept chipping away. We never obviously took the lead, and I thought we had some opportunities when we had some runs to maybe, keep it rolling. But, Perry made some plays, and obviously that little stretch in the second half where Diggs went to work was really big.
Very similar to the first meeting down in Orlando where ECU got behind, came back, cut it to 3 late, and just could not make up the deficit. Part of the reason that they had to fight back was the slow start, being rusty, not playing basketball for, a 24-day layoff. And Joe Dooley talked about the slow start and getting behind early in the game.
We got 13 twice, and I thought the guys did a nice job. We used some timeouts. We talked about it. We talked. It was really they killed us in transition to begin the game, and then they hit those 3-point shots, which really, they get off to Adams got off to a really good start from the 3-point line, and just sort of put us on our heels. And then we sort of dug back in and got a little rhythm. I thought we played a little bit better for the most part offensively in the second half. I thought our defense was a little bit better in the second half. We just had some untimely turnovers. Simple pass and catch plays that you have to be able to do.
All right, Joe Dooley also talked about, and he's not going to make excuses, but dealing with injuries with Charles Coleman and Pig Jackson, also dealing with COVID issues. Batoma Baruti unable to play last night. J.J. Miles came up lame during the game, went to the bench, went back in the game, and he was hurt. at the end of the Final Horn last night. So dealing with injuries, dealing with COVID issues, dealing with a lot here at the end of the year, and he talked about it.
Well, I mean, it's no one cares. I tell the guys all the time, we do line up and play. It doesn't matter who you play, who plays or who doesn't play. You play to win, and it's just been different practicing. A week ago we had 5 scholarship guys, but we just got to try to do the best we can and try hard. And once you get out there, I do think we can learn some things from tonight and hopefully get a little rhythm and play a little bit better. But it's not these kids' fault. I don't think these guys have done anything egregious where we've done something wrong. They want to play. I think in a lot of regards they've been robbed of a lot of the season through no fault of their own. So you also don't want to make it miserable on them. But at the same token, you want to win every time you play.
All right, Joe Dooley there following the loss to UCF. Pirates have one more shot in the regular season to pick up a win. That'll be on Sunday against Cincinnati, and then it's on to Fort Worth for the American Basketball Tournament in Dickies Arena, the place where it all kind of came to a halt last year. ECU was ready to play a late-night game on a Thursday night. Found out earlier that day that the AAC tournament was canceled, and pretty much everything got canceled from that point on. Going to be different this year. They're going to play and have an opportunity to make it to the NCAA tournament if they can go on a little run. Going to need big outings from Jaden Gardner if that's going to happen. And Jaden, they doubled, tripled him last night. They were all over him. He still managed to score 18 points. Hit a couple of threes last night, stepping outside and knocking down shots. He talked about the time it took for ECU to kind of find their rhythm. They, again, outscored UCF in the second half of the game last night, but got off to the slow start. And he talked about the rust and how it took a while for the Pirates to get going.
Yes, it's very tough. 3 weeks off, very hard. They hit us in the mouth early. They're a team that's been playing, I think they played like 9 games since we played. They were playing basically almost every other day or so. So they came out with a rhythm and confidence. But we established ourselves and we got back into the game and got into a rhythm.
All right. Also, Jaden Gardner talked about the second half where things did go a little better. Pirates did have a lot of unforced issues and the timing issues that Joe Dooley talked about. But Ronnie Woodward asked Jaden if they could take any confidence from the second half.
It can be something to build on because, just timing. A lot of things is timing and pace and speed of the game. Different than doing a workout or practice or anything. And it's just different. But it's good to get a feel for things before we play our final game of the season on Sunday before the conference tournament.
And finally, it was great to be back in Minges with some fans. And again, when Tremont Robinson-White had that dunk, things got loud in Minges despite the low crowd numbers. But there was students showing up last night. It got loud a couple times, and Jaden was asked how nice it was to have fans back in the arena.
Oh, it was awesome. I loved it. I loved every second of it. As soon as they were coming in before 60-minute mark, I loved it. Brought great energy. Got hype. Even if it was 1,200, I still felt all of it. So appreciate them and props to them, and I hope to see them again on Sunday. It was. I started to feel the Minges magic.
All right, Tristan Newton came alive last night, had a pretty good game, but talked about how frustrating it was that he was unable to pull out the win for the Pirates and get the game tied or take a lead in the second half.
It was very frustrating. Like, we was down 2 at one point, and then what happened? They threw the ball off the backboard, and it just happened to get in their hands, and they made a layup. So, it's very frustrating, but it all started at the beginning of the game, going down 14-2 or 14-3. So, we just got to play better in the beginning, and we'll come out at the end. We'll be all right.
And finally, Tristan Newton gave his thoughts on facing Cincinnati on Sunday.
We have to play well at the beginning, so we can't go down 14-3. We can't do that. Just play our game, and we haven't watched any film on them yet, so tomorrow we'll watch film on them and figure out what we need to do.
Tristan Newton, Jaden Gardner there. You also heard from Joe Dooley on our ECU report, brought to you by Bud Light, who reminds Pirate fans to always stay in the game, drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Speaking of Carolina Eagle Distributing, It's time for our giveaway, ladies and gents.
Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
Free Beer Friday. How about an 18-pack of Natural Light, 2 Natty Light koozies, a Natty Light tea modeled by Chandler, a large 2-topping pizza to Domino's. It can all be yours if you are lucky. Caller number
12.
Caller number 12, 317-1250. Must be 21 or older
And
to
have
win.
not won this month.
Chad. Talking to you, Chad.
You winner.
You cannot have won this month, which has only been this week, and also must be 21 or older to win on Free Beer Friday. We'll take a timeout, come back, and have more for you on Pirate Radio Live after this.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Whether you're flying for business or for pleasure, enjoy the friendly convenience of flying from your local airport to get you where you're going and then home again safely. For your next trip, remember, American Airlines is back at PGV. Book today at aa.com. Pitt Greenville Airport, where the pirates fly.
You've worked hard to start your business and are working even harder to make it successful. That's when it's most important to have a community bank and a local banker in your corner. This is Eric Clark from Select Bank and Trust. Our team of local bankers care about you, our customer, and the communities in which we all live and serve together. As the business and economic conditions of 2020 threw you many curveballs, our team at Select Bank and Trust remains steadfast in being responsive to your ever-changing needs. In 2021, choose Select Bank and Trust. Bank local, bank select, member FDIC.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 8 to 10 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by GolfKnickers.com, the world's leader in traditional golf apparel. Hosts Mark Greenhalgh and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop.
For years, Callie Ann Phelps has been singing about Phelps Chevrolet.
Phelps Chevrolet is the one for you. Low prices, service too. See the big dealer right away. Carolina's finest, Phelps Chevrolet.
And you'll agree with what Skylar Phelps has to say.
Nobody beats Phelps Chevrolet's prices. Nobody.
The name you can depend on. Phelps Chevrolet.
Get you one.
Find new roads with Chevrolet. Then come find yours at Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville.
Hey, Troy, have you heard about The Place? No, Jason, what place? It's The Place. It's Washington's newest restaurant on the waterfront. The Place is located in downtown Washington in the Harbor District with waterfront seating in the back. We're open for bistro-style lunches Tuesday through Saturday from 11 to 2 and elevated comfort-style dinners Thursday through Saturday 5 to 9. Plus Sundays, we have the best southern brunch in town. Man, that's awesome, Jason. The Place sounds like the place to be. It is. We look forward to seeing you there. The Place in Washington, North Carolina.
In studio today with no idea, also known as Dennis McCunney to his friends and family. Why do you go to F3?
Well, Jonathan, I was just feeling kind of soft and sluggish, I guess. And back in the fall, I said, I'm going to just give it a try. Showed up in February, and I've been going ever since. So there's good spirits, there's camaraderie, there's accountability. I feel great. I'm really motivated to be better. So it's been a great experience for me.
One letter, one number, F3. Learn more today at f3enc.com.
With rates being historically low, now is the best time to buy or refinance your home. This is Talbot Green with Angel Oak Home Loans. Now is the time to take advantage of the opportunity to buy more home or refinance your current mortgage. The combination of our local team's experience and Angel Oak's wide offerings of products from standard conventional, government, and portfolio loans has something for most financial situations. For more information, call Talbot Green, Joanne Weir, or Wanda Hager at 751-2060.
NMLS 1719250 and 685-842. Equal housing lender.
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with CopyPro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
CopyPro. We are the professional office systems people.
This is ECU basketball coach Joe Dooley, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back to the show. Congratulations to Ray Odom of Winterville, was the big winner on Free Beer Friday. Free Beer Friday is brought to you by Natural Light. Raised in the Carolinas since 1977, the vintage cans and bottles are back and here to stay. Pick up some Natural Light today at your favorite retailer. Natural Light, proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
Alrighty, welcome back into the program on a Free Beer Friday. Beautiful day, a little chilly here in eastern North Carolina. As I got the ECU game on in here, they are rocking the sleeveless gold Leclerc jerseys this week, rocking the 23 with the purple undershirts, and looking pretty sharp out there at Clark LeClaire Stadium as they lead Appalachian State 3-2 in the fifth inning. Tomorrow's game, Saturday's game, will be at 2 o'clock, Sunday at 1 o'clock. Pirate basketball back in action Sunday at Minges Coliseum as they will take on Cincinnati. And man, what a time if you are a sports fan. You can go to your local high school football game tonight if you can fit in there because there's action going on. D.H. Conley football returns to Pirate Radio on Friday night. Chandler, when are you going to be calling some football action?
Next Saturday, the 13th.
That'll be the first game for Whiteville?
That will be the first game for the Wolfpack.
The Whiteville Wolfpack. Chandler Honeycutt will be on the call. Can't wait to come in here on Mondays and have Chandler Honeycutt's highlight of the game.
Yes.
We'll have to get a sponsor for that.
Hopefully, I can't remember. It's been a year and a half, almost 2 years since I've done play-by-play for Whiteville, and I can't remember if they archive anything, but my dad watches it, and I think we can work something. We can get some audio and have a call at the game.
We need a highlight or two from you to run back every Monday. But, yeah, good luck to all the local teams, and I think Rose taking on Fight tonight. And there's going to be a lot of games going on in the area in high school football. Good luck to Farmville Central this weekend as they'll be playing state championship basketball. And I got to say, I've been reinvigorated when it comes to college basketball. ECU getting back in action last night, and I've been watching the tournament games, conference tournament games all week long, and now we're in it, folks. I mean, from now until the end of the season, it's wall-to-wall basketball, and I'm excited about it. And Chandler, are you getting on board? You watching any of these mid-major tournaments or anything yet? No, that doesn't get me interested.
Okay, sorry, Jonathan Ellerby.
I pulled an Ellerby from earlier this week.
Man, he just shot me down. I'm getting really excited. It's getting that time of year again.
We missed it last year,
last year. Exactly. We were excited about it last year, and then that's when, everything started going downhill. And then really sports in general kind of went into a pause. So we're very thankful and blessed to have somewhat a normalcy when it comes to tournament time. So yeah, of course these conference tournaments are getting started up, and then we'll have the NCAA tournament coming up. And so yeah, I'm very excited that we will be able to hear so I'm very excited about that, and just knowing that that it will be played. Hopefully everybody can stay COVID free. There will be no pauses, interruptions, but you have to kind of think that there's going to be some kind of bump in the road down during the process of the tournament. So, but yeah, very excited about this year's COVID NCAA and conference tournaments.
Do they still have like the big guitar riff at the beginning of the? No, that's not it. Where's the? I need the one with like the wow at the beginning of it.
Kind of like the wow.
Oh yeah, that's the one. Why don't they do
I don't remember
anymore? That little noise right there.
How long ago was that?
This says 1993 to 2003. No, see, that doesn't have the wow. I need the 1993 to 2003.
Wow. The years of the
sounds like the Panthers roar. And then they show like old highlights. Oh, you got it! Oh!
You got it to go.
That fires me up. The schedule going to be a little different this year, ladies and gents. I just want that first part on the loop.
It starts with the 1-0.
The 1-0 count.
It sounds like a cat in like an alley in New York.
A cat in an alley in New York. Yeah, I can definitely hear that. Schedule's going to be different this year. So you'll still have your traditional Selection Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
However, there's going to be some changes for those of you that love the first four on True TV on Tuesday and Wednesday night. The first four is going to be 4 p.m. They're going to start on Thursday, March 18th, and they're going to run those games, all four of them coming up on that Thursday. So you're going to be missing out on the first Thursday wall-to-wall basketball, which is one of the great sports days of the year. But I'm glass half full. You're still going to get your Friday all-day-long basketball for the first round. And then you're going to have a Saturday all-day-long basketball first round. You're going to have your traditional round of 32 on Sunday. But how about an additional round of 32 day on Monday? Wall-to-wall. And Monday, you have a case of the Mondays. It's usually the worst day of the week because you're coming off the weekend. Long way to go to the next weekend. But this year, Monday, March 22nd, is going to be an all-time Monday. All-day hoops.
You'll have a 32 case of basketball. Is it the round of 32?
Mm-hmm.
You have a case of the Mondays?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you have a case of 32. Wait. I messed that up. 32 case of basketball.
I don't know what you're trying to say.
Oh, man.
All I know is if you put that behind it, it sounds good. A taste of 32 basketball.
A dude.
So, yeah, you're going to have...
get you fired up for anything.
I know.
Man, my dog just died.
Wow.
But good news, I'm going to get a new one. Yeah, my girlfriend told me not only was she leaving me, she's leaving me for my best buddy. But I owed him $100, and now I don't have to pay him because we're no longer friends. It's great. It's great.
I failed my math test. But I get to retake it.
Oh, man. A 32 pack of games, as Chandler says, coming up on that Monday. So, yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. I'm getting in basketball mode, as if you couldn't tell. And it's mostly just that one cat scratch guitar riff. It's got me excited. Man, so exciting for some hoops. The only thing that will make it better is if Gus Johnson was still part of CBS Sports.
Oh, yeah.
We need some Gus. But
Where is Gus, by the way?
He's Foxy Man.
Oh, he's Foxy Man. Oh.
Yeah. He's Foxy Man. We still get our Bill Raftery on the color commentary. That's exciting.
Onions!
Ian Eagle. He does a great job. So, March Madness, folks, it is approaching. All right, let's take our final time out. We'll come back and have more for you on Pirate Radio Live on a Friday getaway day. We'll be back with you after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom Brown from Brown & Wood Cadillac. We've been serving the Pirate Nation in Eastern North Carolina for 83 years. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 showrooms, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
This month at Brown & Wood, get a Cadillac XT6. Take $6,000 off and 1.9% for 72 months. As always, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty for all make and models.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center, or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
Hey Pirate fans, it's time to get your yard done right with the new John Deere mower from Quality Equipment. Our premium lawn care lineup is what every homeowner needs this spring. A John Deere will change the way you mow with easy-to-use attachments, effortless steering, and intuitive controls. Right now, save up to $700 on X300, X500, and X700 series mowers. Learn more at QualityEquip.com and get quality done right. Offer ends 3/1/21. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
This tax season, get more in return during Bostic Sugg Furniture's Tax Mania. Update your home for less with savings of 15% off throughout the store. Living room, dining room, and bedroom furniture at savings of 15% off. Save up to 70% off clearance items or get 48 months special financing. Now's the time to get a better night's sleep on a Scott Living or Restonic mattress and enjoy 48 months special financing. Your tax dollars go farther during Tax Mania, now at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
We are back, baby. We are back.
CPW's is back. Back open every day for lunch. CPW's classic menu is also back with all of your favorites like tortellini CPW's, Cajun chicken and pasta, classic lasagna, the garbage pizza, the stromboli, calzone, Atlantic salmon, the Cajun fried shrimp wrap, and more. Start every meal off with your favorite beverage and CPW's fresh baked bread and garlic butter. CPW's is back. Back open for lunch in the Stanton Square Shopping Center next to the hospital. Follow CPW's on Facebook for daily updates.
In studio today with Dr. Shondell Jones from Kinetic Physical Therapy. Dr. Jones, you guys can help people with any aches or pains.
Yep, we sure can. As it's getting warmer, we know more people are outside, wanting to be more active, and we know spring sports are in play as well. And so if you've got a knee or ankle injury, whether it's just a strain or a sprain, we've got specialists there to treat the weekend warrior and the athlete. For more information, visit us online at kptonline.com or call us at 364-2806.
I can't think of anyone who doesn't love a clean car, but how often do you actually go to the car wash? Does it take too long, or maybe it's just not a very nice place? Tommy's Express changes everything. Our wash is bright, inviting, clean, and fast.
I love the flat conveyor belt. So easy to pull onto, much smoother ride, and safer for my car.
And when you join Tommy Club, you can wash as often as you like for one low monthly price.
I save money and time.
We're Tommy's Express.
Tommy's Express Wash, now open on the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road in Greenville.
On Jersey Mike's Day of Giving, we're giving all our sales to charities. Order a sub on Wednesday, March 31st to support a great cause and get free delivery with our app. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above. If you can make a difference, you should. At Jersey Mike's, it's this simple philosophy that spurs us to celebrate our month of giving. This March, enjoy a sub and donate to a great local cause. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Your power's out. There's a water leak. What do? For these and other utility-related emergencies, you need service, and you want it fast. There are 2 things you can do to get the quickest response if you're a GUC customer. First, you can call the hotline at 1-855-767-2482 and report any utility-related emergency. That number is also on GUC.com. Or second, you can give GUC your phone number. The hotline process is quickest when their account records have your current phone number. Service you can count on. Greenville Utilities.
This is Coach Blake Carroll, defense coordinator for East Carolina football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Taking a look at your stock market report. They finally ended the week on a positive note. The Dow was up 572 points at 31,496. The NASDAQ was up 196 at 12,920, and the S&P was up 73 at 3,841. That's your Wells Fargo Advisors financial report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors LLC, member SIPC. And quick scoring update for you. ECU baseball, Seth Cadell hit a 2-run bomb over the left field fence. It is now 5-2 East Carolina in baseball. And in softball, ECU and Liberty are underway. No score as of yet.
Shirley, I thought I was going to have a stat to consider for you.
Oh, really?
The stat to consider.
But instead, this is a very rare stat I should reconsider.
The stat to consider.
Reconsider.
I tweeted out on Sunday, Seth Cadell has homered against every ECU opponent that they have faced this year. I retweeted the tweet, which is a real sign of just being an egotistical person. And when he just hit that home run and said still, as in he has still homered against every team ECU has faced this year. But I don't think he homered on Wednesday against Old Dominion, which means my stat to consider.
The stat to consider
is in actuality a stat I should reconsider.
The stat to
reconsider.
Because it's not a true stat. He has homered against 4 out of the 5 opponents ECU has faced this year.
Still not a bad stat.
To consider.
Correct.
Or reconsider.
And that's all, folks. Good night.
Pirates lead at 5-2. Double dip going on in softball. ECU will play App State in Game 2 of the series coming up Saturday at 2 and Sunday at 1. We're watching Chandler. We got a good look at Britt Johnson.
Yeah.
Third base coach for App State. He joined us on the show yesterday. And got to be pretty cool for him. He talked about being around ECU, and he first said he was sneaking in, and then kind of said the coaches allowed him to just kind of be a sponge around the programs with LeClaire, Maisie, and also Billy Godwin. And he just a big sports guy, long snapper at ECU, and found his career coaching college baseball with App State. He's been there a while now. And they got a pretty good program, and we wish him all the success in the world except for this weekend.
Absolutely.
Fair to say?
Yes, very fair.
Another note from this game, great to see Carter Spivey pitching well on the mound. If you remember, he was 5 up, 5 down.
Mr. Blister.
Oh, that's a terrible nickname, but well done. He had to be pulled from the midweek game against Duke, where he had retired 5 in a row and then had a couple of walks because of a blister. But we're seeing him back out there now.
And it looks like there might be an issue with his hand again.
Oh, boy. I should not have brought that up. And then Chandler should not have jokingly called him Mr. Blister. This is all going to come back to bite us in the ass.
Well,
Seth Cadell looks like a Ron Burgundy.
That
he
mustache
does.
is looking good.
Yeah, well, his last pitch sailed over the head of Seth Cadell, and immediately Carter looked at his right hand. And so now Coach is pulling them. So we're going to have a pitching change here.
I don't think this is an injury issue. I think
it was just the way he reacted
issue.
when he threw that pitch. I thought maybe he was having another issue with that finger.
Yeah, but a good outing for Carter Spivey. I think that's good to see moving forward because they are going to rely on him midweek during non-conference play, and then you remember no midweek games once conference play begins, but you add that 4th game to the weekend, so he's going to be counted on for ECU, which is exciting to know. If you get him back and you got Gavin back throwing, a lot of arms for this ECU baseball team.
I like the fact that, we talked about how deep this bullpen is, but I like the fact that it's interchangeable. You can rotate these guys around. But even these freshman pitchers that he's bringing in to pitch, these guys are getting valuable game time here in pressure situations that's going to prove to be beneficial for the team down, in the long run.
Yeah, no doubt. And facing pretty good in-state competition here this weekend against Appalachian State, and moving forward. Going to be valuable for these guys to get that type of experience. All right, looking at what we got coming up. Shirley, what's on our airwaves Friday at 6 p.m.? What do we have next?
We have the podcast with Craig Cox.
All right.
Which is the former National Hockey League player who famously was known as an enforcer back in the days when hockey fights were very prevalent and probably way more entertaining than the hockey itself. So Charles had a chance to sit down with him and talk to him about his career and the fact that he grew up and spent a good portion of his childhood in California, but somehow got into the world of hockey. So he kind of takes us down of memory lane and walks us through how he got into hockey and his path to playing professional hockey and what he's up to now.
We will have Conley football on normal Friday nights for you, but no Conley football this week. Their game has been postponed. How about the weekend of Friday, and I guess you can even extend it to, you've got March 16th. Conley is scheduled to play New Bern on that day.
Yeah.
And then you will have that weekend, Thursday night here with the first four. Friday night we'll have Conley basketball or Conley football, which I guess will roll in to the late night coverage of the NCAA tournament.
That is correct.
How awesome is that? And then, of course, Saturday, Sunday, we'll have Monday night basketball for you here on Pirate Radio. So that is going to be awesome, Shirley. Once we get into a couple weeks from now, we're going to have a lot of additional programming. And then a couple weeks later, go ahead and throw the Baltimore Orioles into the mix.
Yeah, so we've got, let's do our list here. We've got Major League Baseball, we've got college baseball, college basketball, high school football, all in the matter of a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And we had talked about this, a few months ago when we talked about the spring. When the spring rolled around, I mean, not just your major sports, but the other sports that'll keep you busy as well. Softball, volleyball, lacrosse, soccer, as far as East Carolina is concerned. So now you've got all of this stuff going on. We still got high school basketball. That'll be going on, tomorrow. Yeah. But still, you got all of these sports. So in Eastern North Carolina, I'll take it, especially when we went almost, a good 2
we don't want to go back to those
3 months
days.
solid without having any sports at all, to where we have kind of an overindulgence of sports. And you're not going to hear me complain about it.
Throw in a little golf and NASCAR into your weekend too, folks.
Yeah.
Harold Varner III, even par after 2 days. Went even on Thursday, even on Friday. He will make the cut. I also saw I follow Harold Varner Tracker, and he said that he or she,
whoever runs that account,
said that Harold is officially playing the Players next week. So he's going to be at Sawgrass, so that'll be something to follow coming up next week, as HV3 will be playing in the tournament. Again, HV3 right now is even par. The leader still sitting at 9 under, I believe. Yes, Corey Connors. And you got NASCAR coming up this weekend as they head west for the first time. They'll be in Las Vegas.
Lots to choose from, sports-wise.
Awesome stuff. All right, Shirley Chandler, enjoyed it. We will see you fine folks coming up Monday at 3 o'clock on another edition of Pirate Radio Live. For the Chan Man and Shirley Rhodes, Softball Shirley, make sure you check out that video this weekend on our social media platforms. I am Clip Brock. Have a great weekend, everyone. So long, everybody.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. The following is an exclusive presentation